Hello there and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again continuing with our Star Wars Edge of the Empire, Edge of Despair campaign. In the last episode, we made it to Mon Calamari after some horrible piloting checks by our god-awful pilot Waldern.
The GM saves!
Despite a fantastic use of the bad motivator, I think it was, by the fantastic mechanic Vuz, who's just great at everything. So we got down there, delivered some medical supplies, and now we are going to raid an Imperial base. Vuz wants an R2 of some, or an astromech of some kind. The rebels want supplies, and I forget why Waldern put us up to this. Waldern, why are we doing this?
Fun.
Okay, so
I can't remember anymore either. It's probably written somewhere.
Wait, why did we do this? Because we're being blackmailed by the rebellion, you mong.
No, we already did that part. We're just kind of
that's
freewheeling,
right. Just
more.
freewheeling around Mon Calamari now.
We
wanted
just
to get some
decided of our
value
own
out of this
accord
trip.
that blowing up the Imperial garrison was the right thing to do. So between episodes, using the stuff that the sea captain owed us, we have
McCluskey, the other captain. If you're talking about the illegal goods.
Yeah.
Yes, that was McCluskey. Yeah, I mean, all the captains sound the same.
No, that was the sea captain I was talking about, McCluskey,
Okay,
not the new sea captain who's actually on the sea, the space sea captain that we were with. But anyways, yeah, so joining me as always is the rest of the intrepid crew of the Avidon Hale. We have Sleverd.
Hello.
Kalo.
Hey, how you doing?
And Inertial.
Yeah, I'm here too.
And killing us tonight as usual, as we roll horribly, is going to be our illustrious Dungeon Master, Game Master, Space Master, Evil Bob the Bob.
Yes.
That's all I got. Do stuff, Bob.
Did we roll
Okay, well, let's begin. Let's start the session off by rolling some Destiny points, shall we?
No.
Exciting point for
2 light.
Oh, nice. Good for you.
1 dart.
1 light.
I'm finding Buzz. Okay, I'm situated. What do we got? We got a dark point.
Okay, a nice little balance here as we head into this nothing could possibly go wrong kind of session. Yeah, so last session, Thar was reminded of his debts to Athakam. And as he was sitting in the corner fretting about how much he owed, Lima, the rebel cell commander, the Mon Calamari woman, wanders over to you. She says, Thar, are you having some money trouble?
Maybe.
Well, the base commander of this garrison is rumored to have some pretty rare artifacts, some antiques of some kind that he keeps somewhere in the base. You could get those out. You could probably sell them for a pretty penny. We don't really care about them. I mean, I don't think we can sell them on Mon Calamari, especially not while the blockade's on. But if you can find the right collector, rumor has it they're worth thousands of credits.
Visible sweat.
Hey, can you guys stop arguing some antiques so we can get going here?
Oh. Whoa.
Starting off early.
Yes, so I believe Waldern, Thar, and Vuz are currently at the rebel safe house, and Vernon, their intrepid, stealing droid, well, not wheeling, he walks, but stealing droid is currently stuck on the ship with the Mon Calamari sea captain, where the Avidon Hale, the party ship, is also stuck, hiding under a tarpaulin. Well, sort of more like a stadium roof, to be honest, but same kind of thing. So you guys have comm contact, so you can talk to Vernon about your plan, whatever it may be.
So, did we convince McCluskey, or no, the other sea captain to...
Corrine.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like possibly. Like, we need to get him in a room with the rest of us so we can actually hash it out.
What were you trying to convince him to do?
I
don't
believe
remember.
Waldern brought up the possibility of him smuggling us into the base somehow. That was going to be our ticket
right.
in. Which just sounded like an incredibly bad idea even when we were arguing it, so...
Well, especially because you don't like you haven't really asked the rebels about how the base is situated in terms of its access points and so on. I don't believe any of you actually know the layout of the base in particular, despite this lovely map that I have placed here, and so on.
Yeah, we only talked about general location, nothing else.
Yeah. And the rebels know the rebel cell knows where it is. They can tell you where it is, but you haven't really asked them for specifics.
And Lima is the rebel commander.
Yes. She's the cell leader.
Why don't we go and talk to the injured people that Thar healed?
Okay.
Yeah, let's. We're still at the base with them, right? So
Yeah,
we
you're
can
at the
just walk over
warehouse. Yeah, so you can walk over to them. They look up from their beds. They certainly look doing a lot better than they were, but they could still use a bit of rest.
I'll walk up to them and quietly or softly greet them. Hey guys, I know you guys are still tired. I just wanted to ask a few questions about the trip that you made over to the base. Did you manage to make it inside at all, or were you just on the outside?
No, we were on the outside. They have these blasters positioned in the base walls, guarding the entrance, and we were spotted by a probe droid outside. And well, they almost gunned us down.
Oh man, that's rough.
That's rough, buddy.
Outside of those specific spots, were you able to find a way to get closer without alerting any probe droids, or was it were you just kind of unlucky?
Oh, I think we were just unlucky. It should be possible to sneak in. I would think. Lima certainly thinks it's possible, and we trust her opinion. You see, the base is in the middle of what used to be a public plaza. They just dumped the garrison base on there from one of their big transports. Ugly thing. All square corners. And they just left it there, and so now it's in the middle of the plaza. It's near the residential district. There's some buildings around it. And they have probe droids patrolling occasionally, as well as stormtrooper groups.
So it's just a deployable base? It's not built into the city?
Correct. Crushed a few beautiful statues, putting it in place.
Did you happen to see if there's any specific power supply for the base? Is it near the outside, or is it towards the center?
As far as we know, they have probably an internal generator, and they're hooked up to the city's supply.
Are any of the computer systems hooked up to the outside city?
Not that we've noticed, but we don't have a skilled slicer in our team.
Well, that's changed now.
Ooh!
Does Vos pull out some shades and just perch them on his nose?
No, he's naked. We've been over this.
Oh, okay.
His imaginary shades lower.
Yeah.
He scratches himself inappropriately.
Oh, God.
Do you know how many different ways, how many doors into the base there are?
Well, there's one main entrance at the front, covered by some blasters. And then they have a raised entrance at the rear, which would usually be used for walkers, but they didn't bother deploying any with this base.
No walkers at all?
No.
Not even the little ones?
No, they didn't bother with that for this city. But they have plenty of stormtroopers.
How big roughly is the base? Do you know? Square star footage?
He says, "Oh, well, it's about 25 meters across, something like that." For your reference, that's about medium range.
I realize we have made a great mistake.
Base? What base? Plant the charge in the middle. Plaza? What plaza? City just starts sinking.
Well,
because bear in mind, this is a floating city. You're a floating city here.
Are we the bad guys?
We're gonna most definitely be the bad guys.
What have we done?
Well, we got what we got.
We have the plasma
Baradium.
ones
You're like,
too,
yes,
right?
Baradium.
I thought the base was gonna be a massive base, but no. It's a tent city.
I mean, it's more, it's a pretty solid construction. Like, the Baradium will definitely, if you wanted to just blast your way in, that's the kind of thing you'd need to get in. But
blast our way into what?
Blow away, well, the blast radius will be muted by the armor of the base. If you put it inside the base is gone. If you put it outside the base will buckle and bend and be severely damaged and be able to get in.
The entire plaza will just take the brunt of it.
Yeah, the rest of the plaza will be flattened, as well as, the residential district that surrounds it.
Waldron, when you were getting the charges from McCluskey, did you just get Baradium or did you get other ones?
2 Baradium.
You got 2 Baradium, 0 plasma.
One of the injured troopers goes, "You have Baradium? But you'll sink the city with that kind of charge."
You got plasma we could trade with that?
Well, we don't have any use of Baradium unless we're attacking a Star Destroyer.
Do you want to attack a Star Destroyer?
No.
You don't want to attack a Star Destroyer?
Green blood.
Whose side are you on?
Hey, look, you're the ones who got the charges before asking how big the base was, where it was. This is on you guys.
How attached would you say you are to this city?
Very, I live here. I grew up in this city.
Now you can blow up in this city. Oh, fuck. Oh, sorry. Blast!
Carabast.
Okay.
Alright, so maybe we save those for our next base assault.
Let's go over to Lima and ask for some plasma charges.
How many troopers did you say were active at the base at any time? Do you know how many are garrisoned here?
We think it's about 4 squads. So about 50. In the base, we think it's usually around 1 squad. And then the rest are broken up and patrolling the city. At least, that's what we think. There are a couple of probe droids, one at the base, one patrolling. Sometimes they have both patrolling the base. Though we don't really see any particular pattern to that.
So, we managed to grab some Baradium charges from our friend McCluskey, and we realized that is far too much ordnance for the base that's situated here. Do you happen to have any plasma charges that we could trade with?
No, but we have some detonite. We've been using detonite to sabotage some of the Imperial equipment.
Anything's better than do you mind if we use some of that for us going into this base?
Well, I would caution that a stealthy approach would be more appropriate, but if you're really set on blasting your way in there, then yes, I suppose the detonite is exactly what you need.
At this point, we don't want to blow up all the stuff that we're trying to break in to steal.
I agree. This beradium, though, it's very volatile. We'll have to find somewhere safe to keep it.
I can hold on to it.
So we have, what? I think 4 or 5 detonite charges left. We can only spare a couple of them.
Do you know if there's any external computer access to the base?
Lima taps her fish-like chin. Not that I've seen, but you might be able to cut in. They have a large communications array. If you could find a way to get in on that, that would probably get you into their computer system, potentially. But I don't believe they have any external ports.
Okay. Well, we can grab a detonite charge, I think.
That
or
sounds
2.
like the safest option.
We should probably talk to Thar and Vernon and see how they want to get in.
Sure. Detonite's always nice, though.
Well, yeah. It was me having arms after we're done here.
I believe you. When have you ever failed us? You've always come through.
Well, more often than you're piloting, that's true.
Wow.
Okay. Let's go and calm Thar and Vernon.
Well, Thar's in the warehouse with you.
Oh, yeah.
Trying not to think about the valuable antiques.
We'll walk over to Thar. Thar, have you found anything useful in the base that we could get?
Thar.
I kick Thar awake.
He's deep asleep, apparently. You're going to have to calm Vernon instead.
Okay.
Vernon, meanwhile, has roped Corrine into a low-stakes game of sabacc.
Corrine has thrown his captain's hat onto the table. That's what you're betting for. Could you make a... I assume you're going to be cheating. So could you make...
Nah, not on this one. This is just...
Oh, you're not going to be
passing
cheating.
time.
Okay. So then if you could just make an average, I believe it's... what is it by default? Is it discipline or something?
Apologies, I'm back.
Thar was asleep. Just make an average discipline check, sure. Why not?
All right.
Average discipline check. To try and hold your nerve as you try desperately not to cheat with the sabacc deck that you have. Oh,
Of course.
you throw down a lovely pair of staves, and Cree says, "Oh, well done! You've won my hat, fair and square."
Thank you. Yes. Good game. So I now have a captain's hat, right?
Yes, that's correct. You now have a Mon Calamari ship's captain's hat. Corrine goes into the cupboard next to the in the cabin, opens it up, and you see there's like a rack of these hats, and he pulls an extra one out. Puts it on.
You lose these very often.
Oh yes, they get blown off by storms all the time, so I keep a few spare as backup.
Ah, most sensible.
Okay.
You notice after your game's finished, you look out and it seems the dock has cleared up. There isn't anyone outside.
All right. Can we just say they calm me at this point?
That seems like a reasonable time to be calming you. Yes.
All right.
So, Vernon, We happen to have a plan.
Oh. I thought speaking to Kareen was a part of that plan.
It was. We have so we have some charges. We have, and we know we want to go to the base in some form. The real question is, which way are we gonna, or how are we gonna actually accomplish this? Are you in preference to a more stealthy approach or a more loud and proud approach?
I believe stealth should be our primary objective with fallbacks in place. Let me meet up with you. I will see you in a few moments, and Vernon will make his way back to where they are, trying not to be obvious about his path.
Yeah, it's still a little dark and rainy, so you managed to make it to the warehouse without issue.
All right.
Are you wearing the hat, though?
I am wearing the hat.
This is great. A alarm protocol droid, giant bug eyes with a little captain's hat on top.
I am the captain now.
Yeah. Thar's woken up apparently as well. What does Thar think of these amazing plans?
What plans?
Yeah, he was definitely asleep.
So currently the two plans are Baradium's out of the question right now. We're not going to level a city. But it is nice to have at some point.
Hey, can I see that Baradium charge?
No.
You will kill us all if you have it. I'm not even sure I can set it.
I'm sure that's something we can sell on Ord Mantell.
Baradium, get your Baradium charges here.
Instead, we're going for a slightly more sensible explosive with Detonite.
You guys are just no fun.
If we can land on a Star Destroyer on the way out, we can use the Baradium.
You can always
not try to do that.
Just
that
blow
sounds
300.
Unwise.
Just blow like 300 meters off the side of a Star Destroyer.
Just chuck it out the airlock on the way by.
Oh god. So does a Star have a preference for a particular?
I'm gonna throw my vote and say we bring a Baradium charge inside. You guys are plebeian.
But we'll blow up the city.
Well, if we bring it inside, surely the armor could contain it, right? That the facility has?
Not enough.
Lima looks at you and says, No, Thar, it's these prefabricated bases are only intended to take attacks from the outside. Anything on the inside will blow it to pieces, including most of the plaza.
I mean, surely we could just evacuate everyone here.
No, you don't understand. It's a residential district. We can't. If we start evacuating people, I think the Empire will notice something's up.
Well, they can't notice something's up if they're dead.
But
we have to evacuate people before the explosion, Thar. Before the explosion.
He's not really good at the whole saving civilians thing. He's usually killing them. So
you said there was treasure on the inside, and that's what I care about.
Okay, so blowing it up would blow up the treasure too.
Well, we can't let any of the security cameras see us, so you gotta blow it. You gotta get rid of the evidence.
Oh, Baradium does seem like overkill to me.
What's the blast radius on the detonite?
Oh, just short range. It's a short range explosive. So, it'll blow a person-sized hole in the wall. Probably, if you place it correctly and arm it carefully.
Okay, I still think that should be plan B. If we can get to that communications array, get access to their computer systems, and maybe see a bit more about getting what their security systems are, or if we could even find a log of different patrol groups, that would be good too.
Whatever plan you have, I'll go with. I changed my mind because all I'm really good at is healing people or beating. I'm gonna look at the Kareen, kind of like, yeah, that's right.
So, Thar, do you still have that Ascension pistol?
I do, actually, and I'm gonna reach into my pocket, take it out, and just kind of flip it over to him. Here.
I'm gonna toss it over to Vuz. If the array's up on top of the building, you're probably gonna need a way to get up there quick.
Oh,
Lim says,
Vernon.
"Oh yes, it's positioned quite high on the building. The whole thing is kind of an almost domed structure, and then there's a air defense battery on top."
I'm gonna give Vernon my repair patches. There's 4.
Oh, thank you. That's most helpful.
Is the air defense battery the only anti-air capability they have in the area?
Yes, but they'll immediately call down ties from the blockade, and they can get here within a few minutes.
How fast do you think you can find the valuables inside, Thar?
We don't know the layout.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a 25-meter radius, diameter?
About 25, 30 meter diameter.
It was Kareen that told me about it, right? Does she have any more information on where the
Lima.
governor
Lima
would
is
be?
the leader.
Lima?
Lima, yes. Remember, capital of
Peru?
Yeah. Yeah, we had this discussion. Kareen is the ship's captain. But, yeah, she told you that there was a rumor about there being these valuables that the base commander has. So you can ask her for more information if you think she has any. But...
Sure. So, would it be a negotiation check to try and get her to give more information than she might have, or what? What would that...
Well, you can't have her magically give you more information, but if you want to try,
I'm assuming that she's like withholding information.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it depends how you want to approach it. Negotiation would be you're saying, "Here's some credits or something. I'd like the information," but you can just try and be charming, or you can threaten her if you like, but that probably won't get you many points.
I'm gonna approach her again, shake her hand, and say, "Hey, so I'm down for getting these, these valuable artifacts, and if you can give me any more information that would help me find them, we'll split it 50-50 since you gave me the information."
Strokes her barbells. If you could make an average negotiation check, please.
And average is how many? Sorry, I'm never gonna get this right. Thank you, sir. I ain't gonna get it.
Oh, you did
Oh my god!
Jesus.
There it is. The only one this session.
No, Bob can roll.
I did it! Oh.
So if you could take a strain, because being nice and kind and charming isn't really in your character.
That's fair.
So it was a little tough, but somehow you pull it off. She's like, yeah, that sounds like excellent. Is there anything else you'd like? And with a triumph, you can basically ask for anything
within reason.
Within reason, along with this deal, and she's pretty inclined to give it to you.
Out of character, I'm not really sure what I should do with the triumph guy.
Could it be something tangentially related, like the artifacts are worth more than expected?
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility for a negotiation check. When you get there, you may find they're worth even more than rumors suggested.
Fuzz, do you have Slicer's tools?
I have a note that I should buy Slicer's tools.
Wow. So that will add 2 setback to any slicing you try and do. Just so you know.
Bob, can I go on that triumph check? Can I get her to give me anything that, like, can I say, "Hey, if we're gonna be breaking into this place, is there anything you can give me that would help us get inside?" Since they're inside.
Sure. Yeah. She says, "Yes. Well, I can give you a few of my men if you'd like some support. A few of my men would be willing to help. We have a few weapons we could possibly loan you.
I'm not looking
especially
for
if you're
anyone
able
to
to
get
capture
shot.
more. Aside from that, I'm afraid I don't think we have much that can help. You already have the detonite charges. You already know about the layout of the base,
We'll
or at least the disposition.
sure. We'll take anyone you can provide, and
Okay.
make sure that they understand that this is a stealth mission and not a shooting mission.
Oh, of course. No, my men are always as stealthy as possible. So she motions over, and three mixed Mon Calamari Quarren. So there's a couple of Mon Calamari and a Quarren wander over, and
I don't suppose the Quarren is Quaniche.
Stop.
no, and and stand there looking reasonably excited to be getting into some action. One of them says, "We're ready when you are. Just let us know what the plan is."
Hey, Walter, what the hell are we doing?
Okay. Okay. I think we're gonna go in stealth first. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get Vuz into a position so that he can get up to the comma ray and slice in from there. While he's up there, we'll see if we can find a way in. I'm gonna give Vuz one of the detonite charges, and he's gonna place one of them on the battery up top.
Are you going to try to break in with the Avidon Hale?
Nope. When we leave, we probably don't want an air battery firing at us. Are detonite charges remote, or are they?
They can be remote or timed.
Okay.
Each detonite pack comes with. Let's have a look. Each detonite charge comes with a simple trigger that can be detonated via comlink or timer. Timers from 1 hour to 1 second.
All right, are you giving me one of those now, Waldern?
I'm giving you one of those now.
All right, I'm going to put one in my inventory. And Waldern, should I take one of the baradium charges? We won't use them this time, but
You can definitely have one of them.
all right, I'm gonna do that too then. I'm gonna go into my Star Wars character generator and
Amazing. So,
okay, so am I going to be slicing the battery, or am I going to be trying to blow up the battery? Well, I know I'm going to be slicing the comm array, but for the battery, are we blowing that, or are we slicing it?
We're gonna blow it when we leave.
So you want me to set a charge, a remote
Just
charge
remote.
there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then, okay, but what if we needed to get in?
We can.
Unless you want to use both.
They have a few. Yeah. You only need one, I think.
yeah, Lima says one charge should disable the turret, as long as you place it correctly.
Okay, if you can get me to the comm array, then I'm sure I can get us in. Is there anywhere I can get slicing tools around here?
Lima shakes her head ruefully. I'm afraid we haven't been able to find any decent slices in this part of the town. And the Empire has shut down any shops that could possibly be selling such equipment. You'll have to do it the hard way.
Hard way sucks. Alright, when do we want to do this? Do we want to wait until night?
It's probably best if we wait until night.
Well, do we know how the squads are distributed at different parts of the day?
We could spend the time during the day to kind of just scope that out. Like have each of us go to a part of the city and just count patrols?
I'm most concerned about the patrols right at the base, so that I know how many people are going to be shooting at me if they see me up there.
If we know that there's like 50 or so different troopers, we can count the difference, right? So we can count how many people are out on to get an idea of who's in.
Okay. So, patrol time?
Patrol watch time. Who watches the Watcher?
Shut up. You're not funny. I'm kidding, Slug, but you're really funny.
Are we all supposed to be... Are we all going to be watching that, or should we just get, like, Vernon to do it or something? Because I think the rest of us are kind of suspicious.
That is, unfortunately, a fair point.
Lifty could watch.
Do we trust Lifty's ability to count?
I'm sure he'd be able to count if the stormtroopers were boxes.
So, Lifty, just think about whether or not you'd be able to carry them all. Oh my, Master Vuz, that does sound like quite an exciting day.
But separately. We do it separately. Right?
Yes, you guys are going to be on different sides of the town.
Excellent.
Oh, well, we have been foiled again in our attempts to hang out, Master Vernon. Is that what the droids are saying these days? Hang out?
Vernon walks away.
Vernon! Where you go?
So, Vernon, presumably you don't want to be spotted by the patrols.
Yes, I take the hat off and store it in the compartment.
Of course. Could you make then a stealth check against 2 challenge dice and a difficulty die?
Oh, that sounds...
And this will be the stealth check that covers your entire, like, wander around the city looking for patrols kind of
okay.
situation.
So that's 2 and 1. And a boost. You guys think this is worth spending a destiny point on, or nah?
Not for this, I don't think.
No.
Yeah. All right. You're gonna give me any setback, or are we good?
No, that's fine. You're just wandering
All
around the
right.
city. You're a pretty nondescript droid. There's nothing in particular that...
No, should I have added...
Huh. How did that die land perfectly on its edge?
Yeah. What
Cocked
is that
reroll.
counting at?
Huh. Let's hit the read button again. 2 failures, 3 advantage. Okay. So, as you're wandering around, one of the... You spot... Well, you're spotted by one of the patrols led by a sergeant, and they purposefully make their way towards you. What do? You have 3 advantage as well.
Well, I'm a bit flat-footed. Let's see. For the advantage, there's something nearby, a destination nearby that I could be pretending to go to that's extremely reasonable for a LOM droid to be going to.
Okay, so there's a droid repair shop.
All right, perfect. I will head in there and strike up a conversation with the shopkeep.
The patrol barges their way into the shop, knocks down a few things on the way in, and the sergeant says, "Hey, droid, what are you doing out?"
I needed some minor repairs, sir. Is that not permitted?
We have a curfew for all droids. You should head back to your master immediately. Do you have a... Hey, you don't have a restraining bolt.
Oh, my programming is such that I don't require one, sir.
Could you make a,
Roll destiny point inertial!
a deception check against the same pool, the same difficulty.
Okay, that was 1 difficulty, 2 challenge.
So make a deception check.
Deception 3 and 1. I don't think a destiny point is going to make much of a difference there. Could I barter the I don't see how it would work. I was going to say try to turn that advantage into a boost, but the way it worked out, I don't see it working.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, I'd allow a boost. Well, whatever, too late now.
Right as he clicks. All right, Bob.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
All right.
2 successes, 1 advantage. The sergeant looks slightly skeptical but says, "Okay, droid, on your way," and waves for you to get out of the shop.
Of course, sir. And I am out of there. For that advantage, I'm just going to recover a strain. Like,
Sounds good.
Vernon actually enjoys this sort of interaction.
Mm-hmm.
I cheated them.
Okay, and then for that covers your stealth encounter. Could you also make just an average perception check, so that you can get an idea?
It's gonna be awful. No, wait, perception.
Perception, cunning. You're good at perception.
Yeah,
so,
I completely remember my character. It's fine.
So you get a nice average perception check to basically get an idea of what kind of disposition of troops there are in the city.
All right. And I'm rolling too quickly again.
That's fine. You got full success. So basically, as you walk around, it seems that as the Mon Calamari, as the injured troopers said, basically there's something like 3 squads that are broken up into groups of 4 stormtroopers that get spread out. So around 12 groups of 4 that get not 12 groups of 4. Sorry. 8 groups of 4 that get kind of split and spread around the city. And then about 1 in every 3 of those groups has a sergeant with them. And they basically patrol around the whole city, then eventually they make their way back to the base, which presumably you didn't get very close to.
Yeah.
Because you were caught by that patrol. And they seem to make their way back into the base. Obviously, with stormtroopers, it's very difficult to tell if there's been a change of patrols because all the armor looks the same and you can't see their faces.
Right.
So it's difficult to tell how often patrols are changed, but it seems to be about 32, 36 stormtroopers patrolling the city at any one time in groups of 4.
And this is still somewhat nighttime?
It's kind of dusky, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's heading towards, I guess it's now like early dawn or something like that. You're a droid, you don't really care about sleep that much, so.
Yeah. All right. And I will head back and pass all that on.
Okay. So, what does everybody else make of that information?
It's quite helpful.
I don't want to get shot. That's what I think of that information.
That's a reasonable reaction to this kind of situation.
So when should I be trying to go?
I think tomorrow night. We don't have enough time tonight. It's already getting light.
Yeah, basically the distribution of the patrols is intended to cover pretty much as much of the city as possible for as much of the time as possible. So there isn't really a particular break.
Should I be trying to go alone, or will you guys be around and we'll do the break-in at the exact same time? Like, is this going to be a recon mission where I go in and just plant the charge? Or are we going to do it all at once?
Regardless of that, I think it would be wise for me to go along with you.
Agreed.
Sorry. I have to keep getting up and doing stuff. My apologies.
How dare you? Why isn't this your world, Kayla? Why isn't this your world?
It usually is! But we blew a water heater!
That was on Vernon's other time off.
That was his bad motivator for this session, was it? Halo's water heater.
It just blew it up.
Ooh, actually.
What are you thinking, Buzz?
You'll find out.
That's.
Oh,
Okay.
whoa. He said that while he's got the baradium charges. I don't like that at all.
It's okay. He only has detonite charges. The baradium is.
No, I have a baradium.
He has
you
one.
have baradium charges.
Waldron gave me a detonite and a baradium. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to do to prepare for tomorrow? Because apparently they can't get slicer's tools for me, so I'm just gonna have to make do with what I have. I think I'm good.
Bob, is it possible to try and make some type of like makeshift check to like drug everyone up with my new?
You, what do you mean exactly?
So like maybe whip up a concoction and give everyone steroids for the attack.
Oh, so that depends. Like usually that's some more structured, but you can definitely like. So because it's for a structured encounter, there's kind of a rough time limit on how long it lasts. So I'd say it would probably last about an hour.
I'm diggity down with it. What do I got to do to make that check?
So it'll be a which talent was it that you got? It was
let me find the name real quick. STEM application.
Yeah, STEM application. Right. I believe it's just like a hard medicine check or something like that, but let me just double check. STEM application. Yeah, make an average medicine check. One ally you're engaged with increases one characteristic of the character's choice by 1 for the remainder of the encounter and suffers 4 strain.
Okay. So I choose what attribute they get.
Yes.
We'll go with agility since I'm the only person here who doesn't shoot. And you said how much was the difficulty?
Average.
2.
Just average. Yep.
Right? Okay. All right.
Yep. That's correct.
Were you boosting up?
Everybody.
You're going to need to do this. So it only lasts an hour. So you
Yeah.
need to do this just before. So you can't really like pre-roll it or anything. This needs to be done.
Oh, okay. Might be.
With any appropriate, and you need to be engaged. So you need to be right next to everybody when you do it.
Okay, I got you. I think I'm waiting on you guys then.
I think we're all set with all the information that we need and all the equipment that we need. So we'll probably just wait out and just wait till the next night.
Yeah, there is nothing else I can think of to do.
You know what that means? It's the perfect time for a short break.
All right, so we are going to take 10 minutes here, and we'll be back ready to raid an Imperial base. What could possibly go wrong?
Just imagine a sun going past, the day turning over. It's just becoming nighttime when we get back.
I didn't realize it had been that long already.
You're just so engrossed in blowing up an Imperial facility and half the town with it.
Of course.
Failure.
Oh, cool.
Well,
So it's
that's
like playing Among Calamari, but worse.
Yeah. So I was like sitting in the water talking to the rest of the party, and they didn't know what I was, so I just.
Like, yeah, they're right next to a dock, and they're having a serious conversation about how to get into the city. And so Corey just steps into the water and continues the conversation. Pretty good.
All right, we're back. We are about to start our assault on the Imperial base. So I'm sure it'll go great. You guys can probably just shut off now and come back next time when we have all the material. But for anyone who wants to stick around, back to the action.
So, are you guys all going to make your way to the residential district?
I believe so. We're all geared out. So we have how many people with us?
So you have you guys and 3 rebel infantry. Okay. They're armed with blaster rifles and combat knives.
Are they going to be like a mob?
Yeah, they are one group of 3 that can be ordered. Or given orders on your maneuver, the same as any other NPC we've dealt with that you've had command of. For reference, presumably you don't want to just jog through the streets loudly shouting, "We're attacking the base! We're attacking the base!"
It's a musical, right?
Yeah. So I assume you're going to want to make a stealth check of some description. Presumably.
That would be my assumption. I'm waiting for confirmation.
Yeah,
I guess we can sneak up.
Based on the knowledge of what we got out of the injured troops and your knowledge of the patrol.
Okay, so that's going to be...
Since we do have knowledge of patrols, could we get a boost or 2?
So what you're going to do, you're going to get 2 boosts from it being dark, a boost from doing that check for looking out for patrols, for planning. And then, who has the high... Does anyone have more than 3 agility? No one does, do they?
I have 4.
No. Oh.
Okay. Then that means you can roll that. And then the difficulty is going to be, again, 2 challenge and a difficulty die. And then there's going to be 2 setback because of how many of you there are.
Alright,
okay.
So we failed this roll.
That's when things start to go downhill very rapidly.
Oh, fucking God.
Oh, right. Jesus fuck.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
For 6 advantage.
6 advantage.
One or 2 of the squads that were going to be near the base have been called out to a farther part of the city for some reason that you can determine?
That sounds fantastic.
That sounds great. Yep, so if there are reinforcements called in, they're going to take an extra round to arrive. Possibly 2 extra rounds for 6 advantage.
It's pretty advantageous, really.
Yeah, that's nice.
Think of how many extra shots we can miss in that time, guys.
Yeah.
It'll be brilliant.
Okay, we have NPCs with us.
They're totally not cannon fodder, I swear.
Those poor infantry. Okay, let me just make a note of that. Okay, yep, so you make it to the residential area. You're currently all... Well, where would you like to be on the edge of this plaza? How would you like to be distributed? You succeeded well enough that I'm fine with you deciding where you guys end up around the edge of this plaza. It's kind of a square... Well, it's kind of a large oval plaza because the Mon Cal like their round shapes, and there's all these Mon Calamari spires around it, residential spires, that are generally about medium... Well, I would say short to medium range tall. So kind of like from somewhere anywhere between 2 and like 10 stories, that kind of size. The base itself kind of looms in the middle of the plaza, looking like this big kind of dome-shaped grey drab thing with a big Imperial logo on the top.
Are the so just as a mechanical question here, Ascension pistols, can they be used as zip lines like for other people, or is it something that's built?
I mean, if you can find an appropriate attachment point for both ends, I would allow that. But I think the ziplining part would be I would say that would be coordination rather. It would be. Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to use athletics to use the zip line. You'd probably just have to use coordination. Okay. Whereas to climb the rope, you can use athletics or coordination.
That is going to be one way, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the other thing, of course, about a zip line, is it is just one way. And I mean, you can technically go the other way, but that would be just athletics. It's coordination to go down, athletics to go back up the zip line. Whereas the rope, you can do either way.
So, should we see if we can get like Vernon or someone with a longer range weapon on another roof nearby?
I do not have long range, I'm sorry to say.
For reference, the gap, the kind of gap between the base and the buildings is about medium range. So there's kind of like this donut area around the plaza. You notice there's kind of some blast marks on the ground, and you can see what look like gun ports evenly distributed around the outside of the base. There's one large entrance, which is closed, and then there's another entrance at the back, which is raised off the ground, presumably for walkers.
There's no sight into the base, right? It's completely closed?
Yeah, there are some slit windows, but it would take a lot to be able to see into them from where you are.
Okay.
You would need some kind of special equipment, probably.
Like binoculars that let you see through walls?
I mean, yeah, if you have those just lying around.
I do, yeah. I got the version that does everything.
So it has X-ray vision, basically, huh?
Yeah, if I can find it. Can see through up to 2 meters of wall, dense or shielded materials, impose at least 1 disadvantage to perception checks.
Okay. So if you want to make a perception check to scan the outside of the base and see what's on the edge you can see, that would be fine.
All right. I will.
So let's plunk you guys down, shall we? Plunk. And then we have the group of Mon Calamari represented there. Well, yeah. 2 Mon Cal and a Quarren. Comes to the same thing. So that's going to be a... so this does it ignore setback from darkness?
May remove... I assume that means just 1 setback imposed due to long range or lower light.
So yeah, so it'll still be 1 setback due to low light.
Also says users may see in low light or extreme bright light conditions, so I'm not sure how that interacts. I'm looking at the...
So basically right now, you're there at darkest night. The base itself doesn't seem to have that many lights around it. Just at the entrance. And yeah, so if you could make an average perception check with 1 setback, because there's still...
all right.
Because you're just scanning the area. You're trying to look specifically into the base itself, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, distribution of stormtroopers, and if I could see the more exact locations of the emplacements, stuff like that.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So let's do a little bit of drawing on here. So we have, so there's the communications array. So you're on this side of the base right now. You can only really see this quadrant.
Yeah.
Because that's what you can see on a circle. You can see at the front the checkpoint has a couple of small internal rooms which appear to have some kind of computer sensors in them. Both of those have stormtroopers. There's 1 stormtrooper in each. So let me put stormtroopers down. So this is currently named as, well, actually I'll get a fresh stormtrooper so it's not named as 4 regular troopers because that'll just be confusing. Come on. Stormtrooper 2. There we go. Okay. So there's 1 stormtrooper in each of those. There's you can just about see into what appears to be a kind of foyer at the front, with another room beyond that you can't see into that's slightly too far away. That's kind of long range over there.
Okay.
As you look around through, you see what appears to be an arcing corridor that goes around the outside. And you see there is an emplacement below the communications array and an emplacement pointing out that way, which both seem to give good coverage of the area between you and the region. They are basically repeating blaster rifles mounted into the wall. It looks like they're probably automated right now. There doesn't appear to be anyone manning them. Aside from that, you can kind of just faintly see into what looks like some kind of canteen. But obviously there's 2 layers of wall there, so it's kind of hard to see into. You can just fuzzily make out some tables and chairs. Otherwise, you don't see any immediate patrol walking around the outside of the outside corridor of the base from where you are.
All right.
Am I clear to go?
I think a zip line from above may actually be the smarter way to do this.
So we stated that there are buildings that are kind of like spire-ish. Are they taller than the actual base?
They all end up about the same height. Some of them are a little taller. Yeah, there are some. So they're within about medium range. There are some taller ones you can use.
Okay. I think a zipline might be useful here. We can get past the emplacements because they're at ground floor or at ground level. They're probably not looking for people ziplining above.
Yeah, from where you are, you can just about see the turret of the air defense battery. On top, it appears to be a dual laser cannon, very similar kind of yield to what you have on the Avidon Hale. And there appears to be a dish on the opposite side of the base to the communications array, which might be a sensor array of some kind, but you're not sure. That's the kind of thing that'll pick up life forms in motion.
All right, where do you want to go then?
Let's hop up to a spire and zipline over.
Can we get in?
You walk over to one of the residential buildings. It has a simple numerical keypad lock.
Okay, I'm gonna try to... Do we want to slice in, or should we just knock?
No knocking.
Alright, I'm gonna try to slice in.
One of the troopers says, no one's going to answer at this hour. There's curfew. Okay, so could you make an easy computers check with 2 setback because you don't have the equipment?
Okay.
It's not a complicated lock, but you don't have the equipment, unfortunately.
I'm just checking my feet to make sure.
Nothing special for slicing. So you're all kind of crammed in the dim light of the... So, it's kind of one of those apartment building entrances, kind of, except it's Mon Calamari, it's kind of like a curved archway with a kind of curved...
Oh, I have bypass security.
There's a dim light, but there doesn't appear to be any cameras.
So, question.
Yep.
I have the bypass security talent. Could I, as an assist action, just talk him through the more dishonest parts of doing this and remove?
I think that would be useful for us potentially. What exactly? What does the talent do?
Just removes the setback.
Oh yeah. That seems a great use of the talent. Yeah.
All right.
We good then?
Yep, you slice the keypad without any difficulty, and the apartment door opens. What would you like your one advantage to do?
I'm back in my element, and I have a lot of strain, so that is getting worse.
That's a good idea. You all walk carefully into the foyer of the apartment building. There's a couple of elevators at the back that will take you up to the roof, or at least to the top floor. You don't know if you'll be able to get to the roof from there, but you'll at least be able to get to the top floor. There's no one in the foyer. It's all quiet. it's clear that this curfew's been taken pretty seriously.
Okay, let's head up as far as we can go.
Okay, you get out to the top floor.
While we're
Yep.
while we're moving like to the top floor, can I like make words? Can I do a perception check to see if there's any like noteworthy stuff we might be missing?
What? So inside the
loot
elevator
building on your way through?
Yeah.
I'm going to say there's nothing really special you're missing. This is just an apartment building with an elevator. By the way, just imagine the 7 of you crammed in this elevator, heading up to the top floor.
Let's hope no one farts, Slevered.
What type of music's getting played?
Whatever you can imagine Mon Calamari music would be. So kind of bubbly, smooth jazz. With a bit of weird, like, operatic wailing in the background, something like that.
When you say wailing...
Not that kind of wailing.
Yarr.
Yeah, Moby Dick, etc. Anyway, yeah, you get to the top and come out. Because all these buildings are quite spire-shaped, there's many fewer apartments at the top. There's only a couple. It appears there's some kind of access hatch to get out onto the outside of the building. But because of these are spires, so they're not particularly flat-roofed. It's kind of a sloped exterior, because Star Wars buildings are never built, reasonably. So going out there is going to be kind of difficult, but it's worth a shot, right?
Either that or try to go through somebody's apartment, I guess, or somebody's residence.
Yeah, are there balconies?
It looked like there were maybe some balconies.
So
and windows to the air.
At the cost of a destiny point, maybe.
Yep.
One of the apartments either belongs to one of the troops that was with us, or their family or friends, or someone that they know will let them use it.
That sounds perfect. That's a great use of a destiny point. Definitely. Yep. The Quarren pipes up and says, "Oh, I know this building. Wait a sec. My cousin lives here. Let me. I bet I can convince him to let us use his apartment."
Nico.
Guys,
stop. No, we don't want to go bowling.
We're down to the Quarren now because he does have to go bowling.
So yeah, he rings. He knocks on the door, and another Quarren eventually opens it, and they have a conversation in Quarren that none of you really understand. There's just lots of tentacles and stuff. It's slightly disturbing. But the guy
Dude, I need you to let us use your house. Oh, by the way, you might get shot.
The guy waves you guys over, and he says, "It's okay. My cousin here, he actually fought in the Clone Wars, so he's never really liked the Empire. Come on, he'll let us use his balcony." So he takes you into his apartment, which is kind of, sparsely furnished with a very, very well equipped bathroom that has a giant tank in it.
Like an AAT or
Is there a
what?
bidet in it?
No, a water tank of water, because they're aquatic.
God damn it! This is perfect.
Okay. Before we sally on, Thar, was there something you wanted to do with all of us?
Huh?
You keep on pointing these needles at me.
I don't understand.
You're talking about steroids on the way over here?
Oh. Yes. Let's do that real quick.
There was some drugs.
I'm gonna take out some very suspicious-looking needles and start administering aid.
Okay, so if you can make 3, unless do you want to do it to yourself as well?
Yeah, sure.
So that's 4 average medicine checks in a row.
I'm assuming.
Except they can't really be done for Vernon because Vernon's a droid. So
so it's just 3.
3 in a row, yeah.
Well, what
Sorry,
about
average?
the rebels?
So I guess they can count as being done in one group as well. If you want to give them a boost.
What do you want to be good at, Waldron?
Agility seems like the right choice here.
Okay. 3 success, 2 advantage. Excellent, perfect roll. And so you can give yourself a +1 agility. And make a note of that. It's going to last basically until, unless it takes you guys a long time to do stuff, that'll probably last until at least a few rounds into the next combat.
Yeah, if this takes us longer than an hour.
Buzz, you want agility?
I want intellect.
Sorry, go ahead, Bob.
You had 2 advantage as well. You can use those in the usual way.
We'll just get another boost, I guess.
Yeah, you can give yourself a boost to the next check. Cool. So I believe.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no!
Oh, by the way, you take 4 strain when you get given this. So.
Speaking of strain, we kind of didn't do anything all day. Wouldn't that kind of count as a rest?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to count. It depends what you guys were doing. If you're all just
sitting around,
literally nothing.
Then you can just wipe out strain and recover 1 wound.
I'll add 1 strength to mine, or brawn, or whatever it's called. Same.
Well, down to a minimum of 1, right? Since the
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's
whatever it's called.
What a shame!
Thar fails to inject himself.
All right, I'm gonna try and inject these soldiers right here.
+1 intellect.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Cool.
But you also take
a little stronger.
Yeah.
4 strain. Okay, the soldiers. And what would you like to give the soldiers?
I'm assuming they have guns, yeah?
Yeah, they have blaster rifles.
Agility.
They also have combat knives. You want to give them agility? Okay.
Yeah.
+1 agi to troops. By the way, the 2 advantage means I'm going to say they only take 2 strain, because if they all took 4 strain, they'd all pass out.
Thanks, Bob.
Just so you know.
Don't do drugs, kids.
It's amazing.
Okay, so everyone except Vernon and Thar has been boosted in one way or another. So what next? The Quarren eagerly leads you out to his balcony. There's these lovely coral, the balcony railing is all like these corals, all making this lovely organic looking balcony railing which looks out onto the plaza. And you can see much more clearly the top side of the Imperial base. It's kind of dome shape. You can definitely see what appears to be a sensor array on the opposite side of the communications array. And you can also see the turret a lot more clearly. It seems to have full 360-degree coverage.
So is it actively moving?
Yes. What about it?
The sensor array detects movement?
You think it might do. You'd have to do a knowledge check to be sure of its capabilities exactly.
Hey, Vuz, what do you think that sensor array does?
It looks like something I should roll for.
Yeah, so if you could make an average knowledge education check with, I think, a setback because it's Imperial technology, so it's not something that Vuz is completely familiar with.
+1, right? Are you?
Yeah.
+1 intellect.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, so you know that it will scan for motion and it will scan for life signs. So if you zip wire on over there, unless you go below a certain speed, it will probably pick you up.
Unless I go fairly slow, it's probably going to pick me up if we go down there. Do I know if it'll detect the zipline shot?
The actual zipline itself probably won't be detected. It generally can only detect stuff that's like a meter or larger in size.
Okay.
And you're not that small.
We should be safe. But then something that's actually watching could also see us.
Yeah, because you've got to very slowly crawl down. Oh, brilliant. This is going to be great. I can't wait to watch Vuz high wire his way down.
Alright, who's going to take the shot? We may as well go.
I guess I can.
Yeah, you're probably You've got to be our
Okay.
best shot.
So you're at medium range from the communications array. It's a reasonably large target, so I'd say it's just an average. It's just like hitting a person at medium range, so it's an average range light check.
At night, right? So setback.
Oh yeah, so 2 setback unless you happen to have some goggles, which unfortunately are fused to your droid.
Yes, I can't loan those out.
I have
That's
binoculars.
the downside of doing that.
Yeah.
And yeah, +1 agility, so you should be pretty good at this. Oh, look at that. 2 success, 3 advantage. The zipline whistles through the air, clanks onto the side quietly, onto the side of the Imperial base, and you can tie it nicely onto the balcony. And there's now a nice, strong cable attaching you to the base. What would you like those 3 advantage to do for you?
Let's say the turret that's up top is looking up a little bit too high as it's rotating across, so it won't be able to see us.
It's scanning the above the tops of the buildings. Yeah, that works. So it won't notice. So if there is someone looking at the turret's visual feed, they won't notice.
Yeah, as long as we're not shooting up into the air, we're okay.
Yeah. Okay, Vuz, it's on you.
Wait a minute. I think I see something on that sensor tower. Bad motivator.
Okay, yeah. You notice the sensor tower suddenly sparks and the dish stops rotating. It's been locked facing away from the communications array. It will now only detect in the wrong direction.
I do have to take a hard mechanics check for that. Much as I.
Okay, so let's see if it happens then. You don't get any setback because the darkness doesn't make any difference to it. So.
I swear Buzz is a Force user.
Just squints out. I see some sparks coming from that sensor array over there.
3-2, yes.
That looks correct. Yeah, ooh. Oh. That was close.
Yeah,
but as I
don't
described,
think it's working. Walter, I think it's broken.
Yep, it seems that they had been skipping their maintenance cycles. Okay, so all you don't have to necessarily have to make a stealth check to get over there. You just have to make a coordination check.
All right, sliding on down.
So, let me think. Sliding down a zip wire.
It's an average athletics check for the reeling.
But that's
it is very different. Yeah.
If you're using the gun is pulling you.
Yeah.
So that's just holding on to the gun. So I'm going to say it's a hard coordination check. Or a hard athletics check if you prefer for some reason.
Hard coordination, it is.
Do you have ranks in coordination?
I do.
My god. Suddenly this comes in useful. Suddenly your little crawly hands and stuff come in useful.
Not too useful.
You make your way onto the line.
Generous.
Well, I mean, I can either say he doesn't get on the line, or I can have him fall off the line. You're up on like a 10-story, like a 10-story building right now. So, I'm afraid, Vuz.
Oh fuck!
You're gonna fall from a bit of a height.
Whose idea was this?
You managed to get to short range. You only got one failure, so you get to short range, and a fall at short range does, if I remember correctly, 5 damage. Let me just double check that.
Nice job.
You have one advantage though, so you know. Oh God,
that's one free pun.
He could use his tail to save him.
Okay, falling damage. Oh, sorry, short range. You take 10 wounds and 10 strain.
Holy crap!
He just fell like 10 meters. But anyway, you can reduce the damage by making an average athletics or coordination check to roll out of it.
Does your soak
have
actually
one
affect that
advantage,
damage?
So that will reduce the damage if he succeeds.
Will it reduce the strain?
Yeah, and it will reduce both, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you've got to make the average athletics check first, then we'll see how it goes.
Just not prematurely. Coordination was one of the options?
Yes, average coordination check.
Oh, for
Cool.
So you save 3 strain. So instead of taking 10 strain, you take 7 strain. And you take 10 wounds.
Remove 4 wound for soak?
Yeah, soak will still count.
Not for strain.
So you
though.
fall, no, not for strain. No, so you fall flat, and you had 1 additional advantage from the previous roll, so you could use that to recover another strain, maybe.
I'm recovering 4 strain.
Using
All my
Advantages.
Oh, right. No, so the 3 advantage from this roll reduces the strain you take by 7, by 3.
Okay.
So that essentially recovers the strain by default.
Okay, so I recover 1 strain then.
Yes. Okay, so you fall, and you are now on the floor of the plaza. You're like here. Right near, because the line was like this, right? So you fell basically in front of the
turret.
The turret, yeah.
Was the turret controlled by the sensor?
Okay, thank God. The turret, yes. So the turret is automated. So currently, because the sensor array is offline, it didn't shoot at you. Or specifically because the sensor array is pointing the wrong direction, it didn't shoot at you. So you are now on the floor, groaning in pain, looking up at the zipline ruefully.
Well, he tried.
You know who the next smartest person is?
I don't want to say myself.
No. The next the most high intellect person is Thar. Thar could, in theory, go across and slice the comm array if you want to continue trying to slice your way in.
Just I'm gonna calm.
You have to do it.
I calm Waldern.
Yeah.
To toss the gun down here. Untie it, toss it down here, so I can just get up on the roof.
No, what?
And they can come down. Waldern, drop it down here. You guys come down. Otherwise, I'm screwed. I'm not trying that again. I don't recommend you guys try that, or else we're gonna fucking die on our way in.
In this episode, everyone learned that fall damage is not to be messed with.
I guarantee I have the best coordination of all of us.
I will disagree.
What is your coordination?
I have 5 raw ability.
Yeah,
that's not much better than one ability
my
to proficiency.
coordination is equal to yours, but I get a boost.
Ooh, you just got told.
Okay, so half the party is going to be mostly dead. That's so much better.
No, Thar's done. Thar will not be able to make
this.
I'll
be Dunyan rings.
You guys don't even need to get onto the roof.
Okay, fine.
There should be an entrance on the roof when we're not together. Yeah.
Well, you can talk. You have comms.
I'm calming you
comms,
guys.
so
Yes.
Yeah, because if he just yells out, "Hey, you guys up there!" A
that would be so perfect, though.
Stormtrooper might notice. I know, even though the patrols aren't nearby right now, someone might notice.
If I can get onto the roof, I can open the door. The guns are off because the sensor's down. Like, there's no reason for you guys to be on the roof, and you'll probably get yourselves killed. That fucking hurt.
Okay, we'll make our way down, I guess.
Okay, so you do you want to throw the gun down first, or
I'm just gonna walk it down. I don't want to
just gonna walk it down. Okay,
damage the gun, toss it over to somebody that can't catch it. You can unlatch it from the roof. It's like you can unlatch it from the gun, right? Like you could just.
Yeah.
Why didn't we try and help him boost across? Like, why didn't
it wouldn't have helped? That wouldn't have helped.
Why didn't we put a harness on him?
Oh, he's like a little dog.
He's not that small. Anyway,
we've seriously downplayed Buzz's size.
The Quarren's cousin is really disappointed that didn't work, but he's surprised that Buzz hasn't been shot to pieces yet. You all head back down the elevator. The awkward music plays. You all look a little. The rebels are like giving each other side eyes. Moncals are really good at side eye because their eyes are just on the side. So
they just look forward for side eye.
Yeah, so you come out the front door, and you can see Buzz across the plaza. However, just at that moment,
I hate this game.
you notice a probe droid coming in from the other side of the plaza.
Tap, tap, tap.
So if you want to reach Buzz, you're going to have to make so whoever wants to reach Buzz is going to have to make a stealth check. Currently, Buzz is on the other side of the building, so the probe droid can't see him.
Could I just throw the pistol to him?
If you want to try and just throw the pistol to him, you can do that.
You have to ask yourself, how vindictive is Bob feeling today?
Make a Destiny flip slip.
No, just throw it. Just throw it. It's fine.
So that'll just be a medium range light check because the pistol is effectively a thrown object, and then because you're throwing it at night, it's going to be 2 setback.
So the synced advantage, could I say it like lands near him, so he has to walk like short range to get it?
Yeah, it lands within short range, like around, like it lands about. Let me just draw that on. It lands like here.
Okay.
It lands there. Kind of clatters to the ground, but very quietly. You got 6 advantage. I mean, I'm going to say just landing within short range is like 3 advantage, so you have 3 more you can spend on something.
Just pick it up, forehead.
As it hits the ground, it shoots and lands up.
No, that's a bit much.
That's a try.
That's Destiny point territory.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you have another 3 advantage. What would you like to do with that?
We'll let the where the probe droid is coming across. We'll have him kind of like stop nearby the front checkpoint.
Sure. Basically, the probe droid just kind of pauses outside it appears to be relaying information to the base or something like that from its patrol. So it's paused for at least a while. You don't know how long, but for a short while, it's going to be paused there.
Bob, did you flip another Destiny point?
I flipped a Destiny point to have the probe droid come in.
Oh, okay, cool. I was wondering if I forgot to do it earlier, so we're good.
Nope, we're good. Okay, so Vuz, you want to go grab the gun?
Yes, and then I want to shoot it if I'm not surrounded already.
Up the gun. Yep, you're currently between the 2 emplacements. Again, they're not really active. You can see your group across the way, hiding in the doorway of the apartment building. Can you make an short range? So it's just going to be an easy range light check. With 2 setback because it's dark.
Oh wait, wrong button.
I don't think your ranged light is that good. Yeah.
With 2 setback?
Yeah, because it's dark still. I mean, you're doing this all at night. The whole point is at night, so it makes it harder for you to get spotted. But okay, 2 success. Yeah, you shoot it up there. It clamps on just below the comm array. To be pulled up by it, you have to hang on.
I am attempting to do that.
So there are 2 options. You can either leave the pistol on the ground and just climb up, and that will be coordination or athletics, or you can just hold onto the pistol and have it pull you up, and that will be athletics.
I'm going to do the coordination check again.
Okay, so that'll be an average coordination check to just climb up the rope. There's no setback here in particular. Though actually 1 setback, because the outside of the base is kind of hard. You can't really abseil it very well, so you've kind of just got to go up the rope as it is. That's kind of difficult. Okay, that seems good. Oh, triumphant coordination check. You just like whiz up there. Yeah, what would you like your triumph to do? Yeah, let me actually grab the skills section because that probably has a suggestion for what you can do with the triumph on a coordination check, because that's probably a little outside of your wheelhouse.
I suppose doing something with the probe droid is too cute.
Oh, I mean, it's definitely it's not completely unreasonable.
I'd prefer it go this way rather than this way.
You want it to cycle around? Okay, you want it to continue
around the other direction.
So you as you pop your head up just over the parapet of the communications array, you notice the probe droid moving around.
Nice.
To there. So it's going to take another couple of rounds to get to where you guys are going to have to deal with it. But yeah, you're now next to the communications array. You had 1 additional advantage, so you can maybe recover a strain or something like that.
I absolutely am doing that. Fucking
So,
everything hurts.
So yeah, you're now at the communications array. To slice into it is going to be a hard computers check with 2 setback.
Don't mess it up!
Did the rest of us see the probe droid?
Yeah, so you saw it as you basically stuck your head out. You saw it when it was over in the corner, and then you saw it move towards the base. And unless Fuzz has told you, you don't know that it's around the other side of the base.
Buzz ain't telling you shit.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Pure
You hacked our
pizzazz.
computer systems. You
Shut
are
up.
you are in the communications system of the base. You have access to the communication system, and the Triumph means you can. What else would you like? I suppose.
Disable all their comms, like
Or
for
send
a
an
very long
alert.
period of time.
Send an alert out to like out way outside to make the people from the checkpoint leave and all that.
I see an easy command to shut down the auto turrets around the station.
Okay, you want to shut down You want to shut down the automated turrets completely.
Yes.
Okay. So if they want to use them, they have to go there and fix them. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, the compute they now have to oppose your computer's skill to unlock the turrets.
All right.
You've basically locked them down.
We're in, Waldern. So, what now? Should I try to open the door? Are you guys going to go in the main way?
Are there doors by the emplacements?
No. There are 2 entrances: the main front checkpoint and the rear checkpoint, which is above the ground for walkers.
Gotcha.
So you'd have to like get the ascension pistol and climb up the rope to get in via the walker dock. There is really only one entrance that you could open the door to right now. And by the way, during that check, the probe droid is now around this side of the base.
All right. I'm going to try to open the door. You guys should get over there. There's a probe droid coming the other way.
Okay, we could prep for. I guess we're prepping for a firefight then.
Yeah,
or we can prep
that,
to threaten them down. That could
yeah,
also.
I mean, you know there are exactly 2 stormtroopers in there. You do have detonite charges as well. I mean, if you want to do something really interesting.
There's a charge right out on the wall next to the stormtrooper.
I armed the charges on my body.
Oh, great.
Whoa!
Really? You're really
No.
going to do that?
No.
Good. I just want to make sure that was a joke. Okay, if you guys want to get over there with your troopers, you're going to need to make a stealth check to not be spotted by the checkpoint stormtroopers, because they do have slit windows out. So if you could make a hard stealth check with 2 boosts because of the darkness. That'll be a group stealth check, so you can use the best agility.
Okay.
There you go.
Wow, that's nice.
And then again, a setback because of how many there are.
Oh, right.
There's not
Was
Buzz
there
with you
some-
now, so it's slightly easier, but there's still a bunch of you.
For some reason. All right.
Because I assume Thar and the Alliance infantry are coming with you, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, you make it over there with. You haven't been spotted. You have 1 advantage. This is for a group stealth check, so I suggest.
why
a
is
1
this
advantage
going
or
so
something.
well?
I don't know. You're just rolling well for
Don't jinx
once.
it.
I pancaked Kalo. It's not going well.
That's going well. I mean, it was only you, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
see.
As you move around to that side of the building, the probe droid comes around behind you. It's still not within line of sight yet, but it's going to be very soon, unless you get
For the
inside.
advantage, can I just pass on a boost?
Yeah, to whoever makes the next check. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So speaking of, what's next?
Yeah.
Can we get inside, please? Can we get inside, please?
While I'm
Yes,
in the computer, can I look for a way to shut down probe droids? If they
That
run
will
from
take
here?
time. That will take time and effort, and you need to open the door. Opening the door will be quicker.
Okay. Just gonna open the door then.
That'll be an average computer's check to access those systems. Now that you're in.
No setbacks.
No, because I mean you're just up there happily slicing away. Basically, you're like hot wiring the communications array and doing.
Actually,
yeah, 2
2
setbacks. Sorry. Yeah, because you have no equipment. Duh, you have to literally hot wire it as you go. Oof.
Oh my
Oof.
god.
So yeah, that door just slides open, whisper smooth. But yeah, the front door opens. You guys out here hear the troopers say, "What was that? Why the door open? No one called for the door to be opened." What would you like your 5 advantage to do, Buzz?
My 5 advantage. What's my strain looking like? I'm gonna still be selfish, and all of that is.
Oh my gosh!
Okay,
Jeez.
selfish versus
No.
selfish. Okay, cool. The front door is open.
Okay.
What do you guys want to do?
Can I flip a destiny point here and have these troopers walk way too far out so we just walk?
So episode 6 style.
There won't be enough time to do that before the probe droid comes around. If you don't get in now, the probe droid is going to be within vision range of you, and it will spot you unless you make an incredible stealth check.
Usher everyone inside and go on the comms and say, "Close the fucking door."
So
we'll
they will see us
before we get in the door. I mean,
they'll see us right away when we walk through that door.
Yeah, as soon as you stand here, as soon as you stand there, they'll be able to shoot out the door at you because there are it's a checkpoint. There are slits and stuff.
Okay. With our immense firepower compared to these 2 stormtroopers, we're just going to try to threaten them down.
Okay. Yeah. So if you want to run there and
because we have 6 people here compared to
basically have everyone run up and point your guns at them.
Yeah.
And then make a coercion check. I'm okay with doing that before having any combat start. But if you do start combat after that, the stormtroopers will get a boost to their initiative roll.
Okay.
It depends how the coercion check goes. But yeah.
Are we any good at coercion?
I have a
pretty good at
boost.
coercion.
Okay.
That was pretty coercive.
Is this like a group coercion check? I would imagine, like we're all yelling at them at the same time. Like,
well, I mean, whoever has the highest willpower, and the highest coercion, which I'm pretty sure is just Thar. So, yeah, if you want to go and if you want to do that, that's what you can do, definitely.
Actually, that's good. I didn't realize I did that. All right, cool. How do they react when we run up to them?
So you all of you run round to the front. They look surprised, that's for sure, and they raise their weapons. But all of you presumably have your weapons raised.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could make a coercion check against 1 challenge and 2 difficulty dice, that represents the stormtroopers' discipline, because they're essentially a group of 2. And then you have your coercion, and you're going to get because there's so many of you, you outnumber them so much. You can add a couple of boosts to that.
Couple is in 2?
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
I'm going to use disarming. Sorry. I'm going to use just kidding here. Is just kidding actually work here for the display?
Oh my god, that's hilarious! Oh, you got a despair.
Does just kidding work for a despair here because it is a social action?
Oh right, yeah. So yeah, just kidding totally works. So you don't get
just kidding.
So what does just kidding do in this scenario? Remind me.
So page 33 of Fly Casual. I don't have it on me right now, but I'm pretty sure it's something around if there's a social check and it has a despair with somebody that's right next to me, I can basically remove the despair.
Yes,
Nothing else changes with that.
Once per round as an incidental, when the character or any of his allies in short range generates despair on a social skill check, the character may spend 1 destiny point to convert a single despair generated to failure. He must explain what he says or does to smooth things over.
I did not add my special boost for my armor. I could have not fucked it up, maybe.
I don't think that would have affected against 3 failure.
Don't bully me.
Which is now 4 failure. And how are you going to smooth this over before they start shooting? Because you failed, they're going to start shooting.
Sliver, it's on you.
So as I come in, I awkwardly hit my gun against their gun, so they're not actually pointing at us really anymore. We're just kind of like, since we all have like large or like blaster rifles, it's super awkward in these tight quarters as we're pushing our way in.
Okay. So their gun's like sticking out over the counter of the checkpoint, and you just smack into them. Okay.
Yeah.
and that stops them from hitting. I don't know, because the despair was going to be they were going to hit the alarm basically immediately.
What are you gonna say, buddy?
What are you going to say?
We're just basically yelling like "get down on the ground" type of thing, but and it's just kind of.
Yeah, but I mean, Thar messed it up really badly. Like Thar basically just ambled in, and was like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" and just carried on walking. Like that was going to be sufficient.
Absolutely.
That was not sufficient.
Come on, Slev, you can do this.
Okay, I'm gonna convince them that we have more troops like right around the outside. It's more than just us. It's really just so.
Okay, yeah. So they're actually they're
12
not
of
going to
us
react as quickly. Okay,
Yeah.
but however, Thar, you did get 5 advantage. So that's pretty nice.
The alarm button sticks. I mean, 5 advantage.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good. I mean, people are going to hear blaster rifles going off in the checkpoint, but the alarm won't go off.
Sure.
We're in brawling range right now too, and it'd be a little
you're
bit more
basically
difficult to use
engaged with
blaster rifles.
almost.
Yeah.
Well, you're in short range. You
Okay.
said that you went right up to them and hit them, so you're engaged with this stormtrooper.
Yeah.
But the rest of you, which is like 5 people, are at short range, just outside the entrance. So 5 advantage.
I'm gonna say that the button sticks, and maybe we've caught them like they're on lunch and they're not super in the mood to be amazing stormtroopers.
Okay, sure. So they had a setback to their. They're so surprised by everything happening. They had a setback to. They're not threatened, but they had a setback to their initiative roll. So speaking of initiative, can everybody roll? So you guys need to roll vigilance, and so do the stormtroopers. So
that classic night lunch.
Hey man, maybe they just started their shift really early. Okay, like just a little bit ago.
All right, I'm gonna make that 3 success for the strain.
Sounds good.
Or success when advantage.
Okay, that's
what
a really
is our
good roll.
little furry friend doing?
He's currently on the roof, watching the probe droid amble its way around.
Oh no! Oh no! No!
It's okay. Don't forget, it's player slots, NPC slots. So somebody's going to have the short end of the stick. But
I'm running. I'm going to use works like a charm to change this roll to a presence roll, which is 3.
Okay.
There you go.
2 success, 2 advantage. Nice. And the stormtroopers are going to roll with a setback. They have vigilance to stormtroopers. They have 3 willpower, so that's. And the stormtroopers get 2 advantage.
Oh.
So there we go. You see, the setback did the job there. Yeah, and I'm actually going to have the probe droid roll. No, the probe droid will just show up at the start of the next round behind you guys, unless the door gets closed and you'll get in very quickly. So, yeah. So currently, initiative is player character, NPC. Player character. Round 1. Who wants to go first? You're currently engaged with that stormtrooper on the right. The rest of you are at short range from both stormtroopers. You can just about hit them. They're in light cover.
Can I just run up to him if I had a movement here?
Yeah, you can. You can take a maneuver to get to engaged range with one of the stormtroopers and punch him.
Can I get possibly behind him right here?
Yeah. I would say that would be 2 maneuvers because there's a door behind him that's closed. So,
well, I was at. All right.
They're like little offices and they're like counters, and the stormtroopers are at the counters. So.
Okay, does anyone have anything they want to do? Because I was just assuming.
No. I think we need either you to go first, or we get the other guys to launch an attack. They also have knives and stuff. Our friendly neighborhood mercenary.
Yep. Okay, so you're going to just lean over the counter and punch the stormtrooper.
Yeah, can I take aim?
Yeah, that'll be a second maneuver, so that'll be 2 strain. There will be a setback because of having to lean over the counter to do it, but otherwise it'll just be an average brawl
It's
check.
always average, isn't it?
Yep, brawl is always average.
I thought so.
Yeah, that's one of the things, unless I upgrade it for whatever reason. But these stormtroopers don't have anything special that means that will happen. If you're lucky, you'll knock out both these stormtroopers so quickly no one hears it.
Yeah, here's hoping.
If you're lucky. So 1 setback, 2 difficulty. There you go. And you're going to take aim, so that's a boost.
And then I think I have to let you know that I'm doing pressure point, correct?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
You're going to turn all your damage into strain. That I believe ignores soak in particular.
All right.
That's the point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Important. Yeah, it's mainly. Yeah.
Ignores
Big money, big money.
There you go.
And I would like to flip a destiny point and add my medicine to that damage.
Mm-hmm. Let me just double check. When making a brawl check against a living opponent, could choose to forego dealing damage as wounds instead dealing the equivalent damage as strain plus additional strain equal to his ranks in medicine. These checks can't be made with any weapons, but the strain damage is not reduced by soak.
I'm doing anatomy lessons, I'm doing pressure point plus anatomy lessons.
Okay, so anatomy lessons also adds. So you're adding your medicine skill twice, or you're adding your intellect?
You're adding medicine and then intellect.
Jesus Christ! So how much? I'm going to say that's not necessary, but you can do it if you like. So how much strain is that?
I'm going to ruin this man's whole career.
I'm just going to say he's unconscious, right? This stormtrooper just goes, you do the Vulcan nerve pinch on this guy, you go between his armor plates, and he just goes, crumples to the ground silently.
How much damage does that do? Like, what?
So you have your medicine, which is 4, your intellect, which is 4, so that's 8 strain. Then you have your brawn, which is 3, plus success, so that's 12.
My
12
man!
Strain. 12 strain, stormtrooper crumples to the ground. They have...
Karate chop that man!
Yeah, you Vulcan pinched him to unconsciousness. Okay, who wants to go next?
Oh.
Okay. Since I'm engaged, I'm going to go ahead and spend one of my maneuvers to get these other mercenaries in here.
Okay, they run in. And I'll just move the stormtrooper out of the way so Thar's just standing there. Yeah. It's a small entrance, okay. So you want them to, you say, hey, come in here with your knives, basically.
Yeah, and attack this other stormtrooper.
Okay, so they run in with their knives. Do they actually have melee as a skill? They do, luckily for you. And because there's 3 of them, so they get 2 upgrades, 2 difficulty, and a setback.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, they do literally nothing. They stab the air.
We just say they slap him in like a slap fight.
Basically, that's basically what happened there. Okay, so unfortunately your allies did nothing.
Okay,
what else would you like to do, Walden?
Shoot, like if I fire my weapon, it's going to alert everybody, right?
You want to try and disarm him?
It will definitely alert the probe droid. It will alert people inside within a reasonable radius. Because you don't have like a silencer on your blaster or anything, do you? So.
Okay, I'll try and attack him through the window. If I have a blaster rifle on me and I try to hit him with the front, could that remove this? Like the increase.
You're trying to use him as a silencer?
No. I'm trying to hit him with my gun.
Oh, I like my
idea using the butt of my gun, I'm using the front of it. Right.
Yeah, I mean it's an improvised weapon. So if you're using your gun as an improvised weapon, that adds an additional setback. But because it's a 0 silhouette gun, it will deal 5 damage base.
Okay.
So you deal 5 damage, I think. Let me just double check that. Additional combat modifiers. Improvised weapons. Here we go. It's a small. Damage +1. So it's essentially adding +1 damage to your attack, and then because it is improvised, I think it may just add an automatic threat, not a setback. Let me just remind myself. Okay, 1 automatic threat. Sorry. So you'll deal +1 damage with 1 automatic threat.
Okay.
So you deal three damage.
Plus 2 from my brawl.
From your brawn, yeah, so that's 5, right? Yeah, you don't get through the Stormtrooper's armor, you just go bang onto his armor.
Gee.
And it glances off, and the 2 threat means your gun takes some damage. Where did you get this blaster rifle from again?
We picked it up off the ground from...
Right, okay, yeah, so the blaster rifle is now taking...
minor damage? Yeah,
gotcha. Just minor. It's
taking
taking 1 rank of damage.
The laser pointer or whatever it was.
Now it's damaged. Who wants to go next? I believe Vernon is down there. And then there's obviously Fuzz.
Run inside and question about stun settings. How loud are they?
I would say stun is not going to... It's going to reach to like here. And you can't see anyone. There's no one in this immediate corridor. And all the doors are closed. So stun setting probably won't alert anyone unless they're in the corridors around the corner here. So that's on my discretion, basically.
All right, I'm gonna.
So you take 1 maneuver to get within short range. Well, so bear in mind your allies are engaged with him, so it's going to be that difficulty. And on a despair, you'll hit an ally instead.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Well, hey, can't hit you. You're not engaged with him. We're fine. All right, I guess this is what I'm going to do. Switch to stun, and this would be the heavy blaster pistol. Yep. Ranged light is...
He's in some cover. You're not quite engaged. I assume you're not engaged with him.
Yes, I was not trying to get engaged.
Okay, cool. He's not your fiancé yet.
Not yet. But we're working on it. All right, yeah. Okay.
And 1 success, 1 threat, 1 trap. So how much damage is that?
7. Let me double check. But
7 base.
Yes.
So that's 8 total. Okay. The Stormtrooper shivers a little bit as the stun waves blast over him, but he is not down. He's not down. I repeat, he is not down. So you have 1 threat. Could you take a strain, please?
Okay.
Suspect is hatless. Repeat, hatless.
It was tough to not hit the Stormtrooper. Okay, Stormtrooper's turn. He takes
I have a triumph here.
Oh yeah. Sorry, my bad. You can't crit. You can't crit with stun.
You cannot. Okay.
Because you're not dealing damage, right? But you can do other stuff, obviously.
Can you disarm him with a stun shot?
You could say he drops his weapon as a result.
For the triumph?
Yeah, you can totally say.
What were you saying, Bob, while at the same time?
Nothing important, really.
Okay. Yeah, let's have him drop his weapon.
Okay, yeah, Stormtrooper drops his rifle. And it's his turn now, so he is actually going to draw his vibro knife and try and stab Walden. Walden, of course, is on the other side of
with 1 melee defense
the counter
as well, but I think that goes.
They don't stack. So you can imagine it's one or the other, and they have melee 3. So there's only 1 guy now, so he doesn't get any bonuses. He leans over and stabs you and deals 5 damage, pierce 2.
Pierce 2, gotcha. Okay, so 4 wounds. Yep, I got 4 wounds and the 2 threat. Let's see what I can do with that.
Yeah, what do you want to do to him with 2 threat?
We're still in this same turn. Okay. And perform an immediate free maneuver is for me, right? It's not for anybody else.
You would. So yes.
I cannot do anything because
it does say an opponent. So may immediately perform 1 free maneuver in response to the active character's check. So any of you in the room could make a free maneuver.
Okay.
If you can describe how he leaves himself open to that.
Yeah. Shoot. Okay. We'll say for this threat, could I?
You can also make himself a strain as well.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to close the door, right? We need to close the door.
Yeah, you can just have it so the door closes behind you.
Yeah, I think the door closing is the best option here.
Okay, so the door closes behind you. Vuz, what do you do on this most auspicious of rounds, the first round?
I've been spending the whole thing just assuming I'm going to close the door, so I'm...
But now you can do other things.
Okay,
now
so...
you can not get knocked by the probe droid.
I'm going to run up to the part of the roof with the turret on it.
Okay, so that's going to be 2 maneuvers.
Would it be another maneuver to see if there is a a way into the building from the turret?
No, that would be an incidental. You look around the turret. The turret is like clamped onto the roof. There's no way.
All right, there's no access. Okay.
There's no access point from the turret itself.
All right. So if I've converted my action to a second maneuver there, I'm just going to stop.
Okay, so you're now on the roof. Totally. Oh, right. Okay. The probe droid comes around.
I'm leaning down, I'm not standing loud and.
Right. The probe droid comes around. Obviously, the door's closed, and it is, I'm afraid, going to notice you, Vuz, because I mean, it's a probe droid. That's its job, and you made a break across the roof. It's at medium range, so it's going to make an average range light check. You are in some. You said you're taking cover, is what you said you were doing, basically. Let's see what its range light skill is. It has range light 2, agility 3. Oh. So yeah, it's gonna shoot you.
It can see at night. Oh yeah,
it's a probe droid. Of course, it can see at night. It has a life form scanner, a long range sensor array, and a long range.
And someone's dead.
But luckily enough, the sensor array that would pick up its alarm is pointing the wrong way, and the comm array's been hacked. So, however, still, I'm afraid you take 8 damage, Vuz.
Holy crap!
And obviously a critical hit, because I couldn't let you get away without taking critical injury. So let's see what you get. That is a 26. Let's get out a critical injury deck. 26. Oh God, did I change the sorting of this? Looks like by resetting I changed it to distracted, bowled over.
Isn't it so nice that Bob's so cheerful when he's killing us?
I know. I've got to stay happy. Oh, come on, there, 26. Damn it. Here we are. Discouraging wound. Oh, brilliant. This is a great one. I get to flip a destiny point.
Oh, for fuck.
It's so discouraging. You're like, oh no, the probe droid! So there you go. There you go. Oops, I dropped into a hidden area because you pop it outside of it so that everyone can see it. Nope.
What?
Just put it to the left of your cards.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
No, I think it's just clear that I shouldn't have it.
I'll just dump it into his ground combat cheat sheet. Okay, so there you go. Discouraging wound, light side point, flipped to. So there are now 4 dark side points, which is beautiful, I have to say. Beautiful. So yeah, that was the probe droid acting at the end of the last round.
What's your wounds at, little buddy?
So, who wants to go first in the start of this round?
Thar, if you want to do the honors.
Who am I one punching?
You're one punching the other.
Calm down.
The other stormtrooper.
All right, I'm gonna take aim twice.
You need to move over to him. Like he's on the other side of the room.
What? That's some lame stuff.
You can't. Your arm is not long enough to reach across an entire room.
You don't know that.
There's got to be a tiny room.
It's a small room, but it's not that small.
My bad. We'll do the take aim once, and I'll move over to.
Okay.
2 strain.
That's 6 strain right now, baby. Woo-hoo.
So yeah, there's your setback, usual average difficulty.
That's the boost, yeah. Because I don't want to take that strain for no reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his brawl is really good.
Act up.
Not that good.
No, it's only 3.
Yeah, might be.
Yeah, okay. One success, 3 advantage. Okay, yeah. So are you doing? Sorry, you didn't call out that you were using pressure point. Are you still intending to use pressure point?
I mean, from this point on, can I just let you know that that's pretty much what I'll do?
Okay, so you're basically that's completely fine. So yeah, you knock the stormtrooper out. I'm not
so
even
how much
bother,
damage is this? Oh, all right. Well, yeah.
So that's so you dealt 4 strain, and then if you add on all the other stuff, the other thing, don't those require they're only once per. The other talents are only once per combat or something, right? Or once per round. Let me just double check. So anatomy lessons is after a successful attack. Okay, so fair enough. That's an incidental. All right. Okay. Yeah. So anatomy lessons, you added your intellect, so that was another +4, and then pressure point automatically adds your medicine, so that's another +4. So that's +8. So again, you dealt 12. And yeah,
is it safe to assume their health is 12? What the hell?
No, their health is a lot less than 12. But they generally have soak that you just ignore with pressure point. So yeah, that's 2 unconscious stormtroopers slumping to the ground at the checkpoint.
By the way, I'm not
Alliance
using...
infantry are looking on at you with complete awe. They are awed at your skill here. You just casually walk over and pinch these guys, and they just go. Ugh. And yeah, what do you want your 3 advantage to do?
Boosts all the way around, and what I want to recover strain with one of them.
Okay, so boost passed along and strain recovered. All right. Okay, so now the only person who's technically in combat is Vuz. The rest of you can go back to being out of combat, and basically every time you guys we'll just kind of go back and forth between you guys and Vuz. And Vuz will just occasionally get shot at.
Lovely.
Basically, as you guys do sufficient actions, Vuz will have a chance to shoot back and get shot at. But Vuz can definitely take a chance to shoot at the probe droid now if he wants.
Vuz wants to shoot at the probe droid.
You can get into cover, full cover, right behind that turret.
Yeah, that turret would
keep
you
going
can get into
around
hard. But it would be pretty easy for
probe droid to fly around.
Yeah, the probe droid can just fly around, right? Or fly above you. It's a hoverer.
So yeah, I don't want to get to yakety sax bullshit running around a turret here.
Running around a turret in circle.
All right.
Just as a thought here, there's slits that are outside of the door, right? That we could see, since they could see the stealth checks, right? Would we be able to see that probe droid?
Not from this.
We had to do a stealth check to even get near the door, right? If there is a probe droid actively firing in short range right outside, wouldn't we?
Yeah, but I mean the door is closed. Is the thing.
Okay.
The slits are on the side of these 2.
Gotcha.
They look out that way and that way.
Is it my turn or the probe droid's turn first?
It's definitely your turn.
All right. I am pulling out my E11. And I'm shooting that piece of shit.
When I was doing so well.
Okay, so if you could make an average ranged heavy check. It has no. Obviously, shooting a blast rifle on the roof may get attention, but this is what you're doing. So, I mean, the probe droid firing outside has probably got attention. So,
yeah,
we'll see how that goes.
I
think I should probably just keep this in structured time, actually, just for sanity purposes. So everything is going to remain structured.
Okay.
So yeah, basically, Vuz is taking the second move of the round here.
I'm not sure what the Bantha's Eye laser sight actually means. Add 1. I think that's success to successful check mod.
Is it a little explosion symbol?
No, it's the little. It's almost like the Resistance or New Republic.
Then that's an advantage. It adds an advantage.
Okay, add an advantage to a successful check. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's make a successful check first.
You did. So that's 1 success, 2 advantage. How much damage does the does that deal?
It deals 9.
9, so you dealt 10.
What's the population of New Berlin?
A few more than 9, I think.
Oh, he didn't get the...
Alright, so I've done 10 damage and I guess 2 advantage.
Yeah, 2 advantage. What would you like your 2 advantage to do? You can make it have a setback on its next action, that kind of thing.
I like to have shot it in some sort of communication device, so it will continue to not be able to, in any way, call for help or alert anyone.
Okay, yeah, sure. It's you basically hit its sensors. It hit its comm array. Its long-range comm array is offline.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay. Who would like to go next?
I'm going to move into the room and using my X-ray specs, take a look around and see if there's anybody in these rooms.
Okay, so in the Stormtrooper barracks, which you look in to your right, you see 4 troopers who are currently grabbing their equipment and moving towards the door. At the sound of the blast, at the sound of the shots outside. At the base crew barracks, it appears to be empty. The officer barracks has an officer in it trying to work a computer. And that's all you can see from where you are. The storage room to your right has a bunch of crates in it, and it looks to have some armory equipment as well. And that's probably where you'll go if you want to get medicine and stuff. What else would you like to do on your turn? That was one maneuver.
It's maneuver to open a door, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna move this way.
Okay.
Calling out that there are 4 troopers coming out that door.
Okay. As you look around the corridor...
Oh no, I forgot about the corridor.
You can see what appears to be the butt of the muzzle of a very heavy rifle slowly coming around. That's coming around the corner.
Made a mistake.
Okay, cool. Who would like to go next? I believe that's either Walden or the... Yeah, so that's just Walden that's left to go. And Walden can, of course, order the rebel troops if he likes.
Stealth mission.
Stealth.
I mean, it was stealth up until the probe
lasted a surprisingly long time.
Yeah, I was surprised. And technically, you're still shut off from the any other patrols. Like, they can't contact other patrols right now.
Just detonate the Paradium mine!
And then everybody dies.
We've been compromised.
We've been compromised. Nuke it from orbit.
So the checkpoint guys have helmets, right, that I can pick up and use?
That'll take a maneuver to grab it, yeah.
Sure. Stormtrooper helmets have comm links in them, right?
Correct.
I believe in the gear section, if I use a Stormtrooper helmet on myself, I can actually remove step back to imitate Imperial communications, right?
The legend never dies.
I mean, yeah, if you want to try and imitate Imperial communications, it's still going to be... Depends who you're trying to communicate to.
Yeah, it's a deception.
And what you're trying to communicate.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be deception as well, definitely.
Okay, let's see what's happening here. I am going to set up... I'll move my guy and set up right over here.
Okay.
Wherever. Oh, yeah.
So you take a maneuver over to the corridor. On your side, you don't see anybody coming around yet, but you're not very far around the corridor, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Yep. Who's up next?
Okay, are you going to order the...
Yeah, I'll order.
Oh, wait, no, hang on. You can't, because that would be 3 maneuvers.
Okay,
I can order them. I can order them.
I picked up that one.
You've already had your go this turn, Tharth. You punched the
might
guy
be.
and knocked him out.
Might be.
That was the start of this second round.
I'm really bad. Go ahead.
Okay, so anyway, the probe droid after taking the hit and having its comms knocked out, moves over to Fuzz and self-destructs.
What?
It flies over to you, beeping away, and self-destructs. Because that's what probe droids do.
That's a fast butt probe droid.
What?
It takes 2 maneuvers, gets next to you, and explodes for 10 damage.
What?
That's what it does. The probe droid is dead, but it explodes for 10 damage right next to you.
What?
I think I broke Corey.
Okay, I'm actually not even dead yet, so...
No, you're not. It's fine. You're just really, really injured, and the probe droid's gone now.
Does it also damage the turret that it's right next to?
I mean, yeah, the turret looks like a couple of the barrels are now a bit... Well, sorry, it's a dual turret. One of the barrels is now damaged, so it can only fire single shots.
Ow!
So we've now got a very blackened-looking... this is... Honestly, you're doing better than the time a player group tried to, I think, wrestle... I think they tried to jump on top of a Viper droid.
What?
Well, that's just
They
dumb.
tried to jump on top of it, and I was like, okay, it self-destructs.
Can't possibly blow us all up at once.
Okay, cool. So you guys inside hear an explosion outside.
That can't be.
And you're like, man, I hope Buzz is doing well.
No, they're not. You don't know this party at all.
Now, the nice
Where's
thing for you
Lifty
guys,
to save the day?
because all of these guys are coming in as NPCs, they're going to be coming in at the end of the round every time. So we're at the start of round 3. It's everybody's go.
Okay.
You're catching them by surprise.
If we communicate with comms, is that incidental or is that an
Yes,
action?
talking is always incidental.
Unless it's a long, thought-out conversation.
Waldron, is
Yeah,
there
if
anything
you're
you want me to do from the computer?
Yeah. If you can open up the base crew barracks, that would be great.
Can I go first?
Yeah.
I'm gonna run
if
back
you
to
can
the
not
computer
suck at the roll.
and do that.
Okay. So that's 2 maneuvers.
How big is the base? You said it was about medium, like range.
Yeah, medium to longish. It's kind of medium and a bit. It's kind of hard to be precise about it with the range bands, but it takes you it would probably take 3 maneuvers to cross the whole base.
All right.
But it takes at least 1 and a bit, which rounds up to 2 to cross half the length.
So I'm taking 2 strain for the second maneuver to still do an action, right?
Yep. So Vuz ambles back over, slides bloodily down, leaves like a black scorch mark down the thing. Anyway, that's going to be another average check to access the interior door systems. So you've accessed the exterior door system. You can open and close that whenever you want. Now you're going to access the interior door systems. Then you can open and close any interior door.
Okay. Average.
And that will just be a maneuver after this check. There we go. 3 success, 2 advantage. So you have 2 advantage. What would you like to do with that?
I'm just going to make it a wash on the maneuver.
Wow.
Yep, that sounds good to me. And yeah, so you've now opened the base crew barracks, which is empty.
All right, you're in.
Okay, so hey, is it safe to the only way into this and these are the marked doors, right? There's no.
Yeah. So this whole thing. So basically, there's the turret. As you look down the corridor, down this staging area, you see a stairway around, like a small stairway moving up to the base of the turret. The turret is standing on this big column. That's what that circle is. There's a big column which blocks the corridor, essentially. You can still go around it. It only blocks the corridor on the left side with the stairwell going up to the controls. On the right-hand side, you can kind of go around it like this to get to the garage. You can ignore the hard lines there. So you can go around the turret, and that'll take you 2 maneuvers. Like, you can get to inside the garage in 2 maneuvers if you want to get inside the garage for some reason.
Hey, Waldron, get what we're here for. I think maybe we need to be sending
isn't
someone.
That in the officers' barracks? One of the things that we're here for.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. So you know where. So technically, like Vernon has told you where an officer is, but you don't necessarily know that that's definitively the officer's barracks.
Okay, I gotcha.
Like,
okay, so we know that there's
it's
an
just a place with
officer,
an officer.
at his computer. Yeah. Okay.
We got
And,
lucky with the
4
stormtroopers. So what I'm saying is, maybe we need to send the least combat capable people after this stuff. Vernon? I don't know.
Where would I be going?
Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, it can't take forever.
There's a very heavy weapon coming down this corridor. I don't want to go that way.
Hide in the base crew barracks.
Gonna go like where the heavy weapon is and try and stand in front of my ally.
Okay, you're gonna try and body block. You're gonna try and provide cover for Vernon. Okay.
What?
So you take a maneuver to move down the corridor. What else would you like to do?
Can I see that boy?
You can see that there's a gun poking around the corner.
Why did you say what, Slever?
Give an opportunity to hide.
Can I just
Too late.
step in?
He made his decision.
He made his decision.
Game's hard. More to 11.
Okay, so are you going to take an action, or are you just going to stand there?
Can I do any sort of action defensively?
You can take a guarded melee stance, but you can't defend yourself against ranged attacks with a maneuver.
Prone?
I mean, you can... if you want to flip the last destiny point and say that there's a cubby you can hide in.
No, I don't think
otherwise,
I can
it's
do
one of those
anything
nice,
else.
smooth Imperial corridors, you know?
I don't think there's anything I can do here. So, here's hoping I don't get one shot.
Okay, who wants to go next?
Moving up behind Thar, can I see him well enough to shoot at him?
Yeah, but you'll take a setback. He's effectively in light cover around the corner.
Okay, would that take a maneuver?
To get into position to see him, yeah.
Yeah, alright.
As you move around, you notice he appears to be wearing sergeant gear. So he's a commander of some kind.
Okay.
That may or may not mean there's more stormtroopers coming behind him. Who knows? You can't quite see from where you are.
I don't like the way you say that.
Yes, you do. You love the way I say that. Okay, so he is at... I'm going to say that's just barely medium range. So it's going to be an average ranged whatever weapon you're using check.
Heavy.
Blaster pistol, right? Yeah.
Yep.
And then the setback from the...
One setback, yeah.
Okay, and you're not going to take a boost to aim? Take a maneuver to aim as well?
Yes, I am. Wasn't there a boost floating around from...
Yeah, probably. So you can take that. Just take a boost.
All right.
That's cool.
That looks right.
Yep.
All right. I'm using Thar as a steady
mobile cover.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, so that's 9 damage.
Okay.
And
deal a glancing blow. It leaves a blast mark on the guy's armor. It looks like it stings a bit. What would you like your 2 advantage to do?
Sorry, I'm...
Cheat sheet. If in doubt, look at the cheat sheet.
Yep, I'm looking at that now. I'm going to add a setback to that guy's next action.
Okay. Sounds good. Let me just put a little setback die next to him so I remember. Okay, who wants to go next? I believe this is...
Oh, never mind.
So who has gone? So Vuz is gone. Thar's gone.
It's just
so now
Walden.
it's just Walden. Yeah, Walden, what are you doing?
Okay, so let's see what we can do here. I can... If I try to shoot the Stormtrooper's barracks, like, door panel, could I lock the...
If you flip a destiny point, you can.
So, I want to remind
The answer is
everyone
yes.
that had a glop grenade, you can use each glop grenade 5 times. So we still have those.
Oh.
Only if you pick them up again.
They were on our ship when we used them, so...
That's fair.
Well...
We have glop grenades?
Character knowledge versus player knowledge.
That's fair. So yeah, all of you can still have a glop grenade on your person.
Okay.
So Walden, what was the plan again?
Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna make sure that these 4 stormtroopers do not come out of their out of this door.
Okay.
So I am going to go ahead, flip the destiny point, and lock them in. So
make
it would be
an easy ranged light check to shoot the door.
Gotcha.
Well, actually, you flip the destiny point. You just shoot the door. The door locks. I'm going to say, actually, for sanity purposes, so that you guys don't have to deal with the stormtroopers coming in the other way, I'm going to actually leave that as a wall. So this staging area just goes to a wall.
Okay.
Basically. So they can't. If you've locked this door, they have to go out this way now.
Okay.
Okay. And then you're going to take another maneuver.
Yeah, I'll take another maneuver to get over here. Is it using that destiny point in actual action, or is that just
I mean, it would be a maneuver. It would be a maneuver to shoot the door.
Okay, so that's as far as I can go.
Okay. So you're gonna stay in the staging area. All right. Okay. So now it is NPC's turn. You haven't ordered the rebels. They're still standing there with their knives out like lemmings. So there is another stormtrooper group that you don't know about. Well, that you can just hear running around the corridor behind you. They'll go on this round. So we have 4 groups NPCs. Okay. So this sergeant rounds the corner, sees you guys there. He's going to turn on
the kill Thar button.
Yes, also known as auto fire. So he's going to make a hard. It increases the difficulty by 1. Setback. You guys aren't really in cover.
I do have ranged defense.
That will actually stack. That will stack in this case because you've given him +1 setback.
Yeah.
And he is going to take a maneuver to aim. And he is going to. Oh, he has adversary 1. I'm so nice. I didn't even make you roll that against his adversary properly. And then he is going to roll his ranged heavy, which is doot. And I can't flip 2 in a round. That would be very mean. Okay.
Wait a minute.
What was that flip for?
Okay, 2 success, 1 threat. So he's shooting at. Unfortunately, he didn't activate auto fire. So luckily for you guys, he didn't hit 2 of you. But he did hit Thar for 12 damage. His heavy repeating blaster rifle just goes down the corridor. He's going to take. Well, what would you like the 1 setback, the 1 threat to do?
Maybe he damages his weapon. I don't know. Why are you asking us this?
Because you guys get to decide what happens to threat on enemies.
He has a heart attack and dies immediately.
That might be pushing it just a tiny amount.
Maybe the recent blaster shot he took was a little bit more than he expected, and he still has a setback.
Yeah, that works. So he's going to continue to have that setback for another round. Okay, cool. The officer is going to try and get back control of the computer systems. What's your computer skills?
My computer right now is
on fire.
3 proficiency, right? 2 ability. Or just the rank is 3 rank.
You know what? He knows. He looks at the computer and he realizes that's a losing proposition. So he takes.
Please let us roll. Let us roll to spare.
He takes a maneuver to go into the corridor and kind of takes cover around the side there. With his pistol ready. This group of stormtroopers moves round. And shoots at your... Well, no, they can't actually shoot at the rebels. They're going to shoot at Walden in the back. So that's 4 of them. So they have 3.
I have 1 defense.
You're at short range with 1 defense. Yeah, you don't mess with stormtroopers, it turns out. in the confines of this base, and they deal they deal 10 damage, and they're going to take a maneuver.
I'm down.
Oh Jesus, you're just down.
Oh. And it all falls apart.
I can't. Wow, you have such a low wound threshold, right? Thar's gonna have to run back and do some medicine, and they're gonna take cover round the corner, so they're in light cover now, with their advantage as free maneuver. Finally, this group of stormtroopers is going to take 2 maneuvers to get to here.
They didn't even try the door.
Well, they could have tried it.
They heard the shots and see the door spark. So, in the Star Wars universe, when that happens to a door, you assume it's locked.
That's very fair.
Okay, so we're back around to the players. Who'd like to go first?
I'll let you guys.
I don't know, maybe you want to lock some doors or something.
The main threats are not behind doors right now, I don't think, so...
That's true. I'm afraid they're not.
Actually, Destiny Point, there's some auto turrets inside that I could try to hack.
That's okay, yeah. If you want to, if there's... Where would this defense turret be?
Basically,
most likely,
inside...
I would say it would be the staging area. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
In this open area, that seems like the most reasonable place for an auto turret. So if you want to hack an auto turret, that's going to be a hard computers check.
Harl, come on, buddy.
If this doesn't work, well, I shut them all down, so it's fine. Oh, right.
And I'm going to say everybody's like stim pack stuff is going to wear off at the start of the next round.
Okay.
So many dice.
Oh my gosh, holy
fuck.
That's why you need a slicing kit. So the turret is just offline, but you have 2 advantage. Remember, you're in control of all interior doors. You know the layout. You have an idea of the layout of at least the doors. So you're aware there's a detention block, for example.
All right. All the doors in the detention level open.
Perfect. That sounds brilliant.
And maybe the...
And, I accidentally turned on a microphone while doing that, and people can hear that there is a scuffle happening.
I mean, it's kind of like when that happens, it's pretty obvious that something's happening in the base. Like an alarm goes off, actually, an internal only alarm. So, and like an automated, please attend to security. Please attend to security.
Perfect.
Okay.
Hey, quick question. So, am I able to tell that this guy was hit like him, or like just his arm?
You can tell, like, there's scorch marks on his armor. He doesn't look severely wounded. It looks like maybe he has like a small amount of injury, but it's really not severe.
Who is next?
Whoever wants to go next. But except Walden, because Walden is unconscious.
Yes.
Can I run over to him and stim him up and then get into cover?
Oh yeah. You can't do all 3 because stimming is a maneuver. So you can walk over to him and stim him, and then make an action. But you can't run, stim, cover.
So healing him is just a maneuver.
Healing him with a stim pack is a maneuver, yeah. But if you walk over to a medicine check, you could then walk away. I know, seems ridiculous, but that's just how it is.
That's just the rules of the game, man.
Yep.
How would do the medicine check?
I could glop them. I don't
Bet
think
they
that
can still shoot me.
Oh.
Or Thar, or anyone.
Or
really.
you.
Alright, I'm going to give him a medicine check.
Okay, so that's going to be an out. Well, it's actually, he's over his wound threshold, so that's going to be hard. You have all the equipment you need, you have a boost, all that kind of thing. You can do field medicine. Each success, he recovers. Hey, he recovers 7 wounds.
No, he recovers more than that. Hold on.
Oh my god.
He heals for 1 for each additional rank of surgeon. Because
so you have how many ranks? You have one rank
just
of
one,
surgeon, I
just
think.
one.
Yeah. So you recover 8 wounds.
Oh,
Oh, I should
None of
note, by
it.
the way, you went over your wound threshold, so you should have taken a crit. So I'm just going to roll that now.
Yeah, go for it.
Whoops.
You need
I did not
both of
roll
them,
that
right?
properly. Yeah, I need both. It's a percentile. And that is a 40. Okay.
Holy cow.
That's not that bad.
can I? So okay, based on my positioning like this, are they like able to shoot me from their position, based on how the corner is?
They can lean around and shoot you, yeah.
Okay.
So you increase the difficulty of your next check by 1 with the stinger.
Gotcha.
And also you had a threat there, so could you take a strain, please,
Sure.
Walden?
Gotcha.
Me or him?
Walden is taking a strain because you were doing the medicine check on him, and you just recovered a lot of wounds somehow. So there's a lot of adrenaline going through him right now.
Just shoot a stim pack into me?
Well, that would be
a maneuver. Yeah, that would be a maneuver, and you can recover 5 wounds because this would be the first one of the day.
I think that's the way to go.
Okay, cool. Who would like to go next? That's Walden can go now.
Hey, buddy! Good job!
Goodness gracious. Okay. Shoot. The fact that they're out in the hallway now, we can't really do much other than try to fight them instead of trying to actually stealth this. Okay. I'm going to take a maneuver to get these guys to actually fire at them.
Okay, so
they'd be
in
cover.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So they lean around the corner, and there's 3 of them, so they have 2 skill. The guys are at short range. The stormtroopers aren't really in effective cover. Well, yeah, they aren't really in effective cover where they are.
They're pretty exposed, yeah.
Yeah, from that angle in particular. Let me just double check the infantry. Oh, nice. Oh, another thing. Oh, I should note the infantry. You can order them to provide covering fire, so they can spend a maneuver to add +1 range defense to up to 3 allied characters within short range until the end of the next round. So that's something you can do for them. The next time you use them, maybe.
Okay. Because they only get 1 maneuver per turn, right?
Yes. Ooh, gotcha. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Are stormtroopers considered minions, or are they considered?
It's a minion group.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
Stormtroopers. They're just very, very powerful minions. So
the heavy over here probably is not.
Yeah, he kind of screwed me. Ward 11,
Yeah, he's a rival on his own. Okay, so they presumably you want their triumph to crit and kill an extra stormtrooper.
Yes.
Yeah, so these guys, they go for the rebellion and blast down the corridor. 2 of the stormtroopers drop, and 1 of them takes a nick. And the Moncal look very happy with themselves.
Is it too much to request that these rebels just did so well that the last one is scared and has a setback?
We don't have advantage, but
there's no advantage. The triumph was killing the guy, an extra guy.
Okay,
don't bully me. I just want them to be scared.
That was my maneuver, right?
Yep. To order them. An effective maneuver, I have to say.
Okay. I'm also in short range with them, but they're in light cover, correct?
Yes, unless you take a maneuver.
Shoot the ass.
How many more troopers? Those 4 regular troopers.
There's 2 left.
There's 2 left,
There's
and
2
one
left
of them's
in the
nicked. Okay.
One of them is slightly injured. Yeah, just nicked.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's risk it for the biscuit, I guess.
Do it, baby.
I'm going to take an extra maneuver to get them out of light cover. So
you're basically standing with the rebels.
Yeah, and
delete this one as well.
Yeah,
so there's enough space. Okay.
That's 2 strain for me. I'm going to add that. We're going to then.
So you're going to aim
as
well. Oh, you're going to aim too, presumably.
I cannot aim because that was my 2 maneuvers: 1 to move and 1 to.
Oh, right.
Control.
Yes. Okay. Sure. And then it's going to be an average difficulty short range shot because of the stinger.
Okay. You might have called out that I was using the light weapon before. I'm actually using my blaster. No, it's blaster. Okay, there you go.
If it's a rifle, it's ranged heavy.
Yeah, it's ranged heavy.
Okay. And do you have ranged heavy skill?
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's see how much damage you do to these stormtroopers. Oh.
Nice.
How much damage is that with your rifle?
That should be, let me...
14, I think. 14. Yeah, you take down the other 2 stormtroopers. That group just gets eviscerated. My god.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Blat, blat, blat. Shots just wing down the hallway, and just these stormtroopers just collapse in a heap.
We don't have to blow up the base when it's our base.
Hey!
Well, there's still the, damage turret on the roof. The
prisoners?
Offline, and the prisoners going wild, yeah.
I want to know what's going to happen with that, because I know that's going to be terrible.
We shall see. Okay, so that's been Walden and Thar and Vuz, right?
Yes.
So that's just Vernon left.
All right. I'm going to see how little damage I did to him, and can I get here in 1 maneuver?
Yes.
All right.
Can he fire and then move? Oh, wait, no, that's a perk, isn't it?
No, you can fire then
No,
move
you
if
can
you
fire
like.
and move.
You can do it in any order.
I don't really think it's...
You don't want to stand there getting shot at, yeah.
Yeah.
You should shoot at him.
I'm going to open this door. And I just want to start...
storage.
You said there were, munitions in here, right?
Yeah, so inside the storage, as you open the door, inside there's a rack of blaster rifles, a few crates of what look like medical supplies, and a set of a box of frag grenades. Standard issue for stormtroopers.
All right, can I grab the grenades on this turn?
Not this turn, no.
All right.
It would be a third maneuver. Because you didn't ask first to open the storage door.
Yeah. What was that, Kayla?
What you use 1 maneuver to open it, correct?
Yes.
1 maneuver to move. 1 maneuver to move there. 1 maneuver to open it. Then it's an incidental. He looked inside.
Okay. Don't get shot, buddy. Good luck.
Okay. Cool. So now it's the NPCs go, which one group has been broken off, obviously. This group is going off. You don't know what they're doing, but they're heading off to the detention block. This guy takes a maneuver to move around, and conveniently enough can see Walden from there.
Oh no!
So he's going to take his shot at Walden, but that's at medium range, so it's a little harder, and Walden is in some cover. So he's going to take his shot at Walden, and thankfully he misses. So his shot, he gets a triumph. Oh, the triumph is that, and I'm going to flip a destiny point as well, is there's one final group of stormtroopers.
Hey, wait a minute.
Coming up behind. Hey, I said there was there's 50? Usually a squad. There's usually a squad in the base. Yeah. And you guys got usually +2. Because I can make a tally if you like. You've had 2, 6, 10, 14, and then miscellaneous additional support staff. So,
okay.
Yeah.
You're right.
And then the officer's going to go. He's going to take a maneuver to meet up with these stormtroopers. And as his second maneuver, he's going to order them forward to also take a shot at Walden.
What?
Yeah, because he's an officer. He's an officer. So that's another group of... So, Look, Walden just happens to be in the worst possible position right now. That's all I can say. Just happens to be in the worst possible position. Luckily, they only get 1 advantage.
I Han Solo neck move my way out of this.
Whoa! And they're going to add a boost to the next active allied characters check, because that's all they can do. Top of round 5. Okay, all of your additional bonuses from Thar have ended, and I think this is where we're going to have to end the session for today.
Oh
no! This combat's going to keep going for a while now.
It's going to go.
This is a big one, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to end it here.
Okay, make sure if you had your boost, make sure to take them off this round, so we don't have our boost anymore.
All right,
save the game, and there we go. Another cliffhanger.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you have enjoyed this episode. For anyone who missed a bit of the stream, the VOD will be going up on Wednesday. We'll be reconvening here, I 2 Sundays from now, so I believe we said that was the 8th.
Yep, that should be fine.
Yeah, so Sunday the 8th, 8 p.m. EST, same bat time, same bat channel. And we'll finish off this assault. We'll get right into it. And
so what you're saying is the moment we come back, we're glop grenading the hell out of them.
Yeah, we got some frags too.
I still need my droid.
Could we? I'm going to say actually as well that obligation is going to carry on through, of course,
Yeah, that's
because
fine.
Same events. It's
in the middle of things here.
Do we get experience, or do we wait till the end of the next session?
I'm happy to give you guys a solid 20 experience because
Just 20.
Damn.
You came up with a decent plan. It almost went well, and you've done a reasonable job of things so far. Walden only got knocked out once, so
Vuz
he is the
only
squishiest.
splattered on the concrete once.
Yeah.
I am actually
And
not
then got
the
exploded.
Vernon
And
is
survived.
squishiest here.
Yeah, it's funnily enough, Vuz is one of the tankiest.
Hey, Slev, make sure you heal
Actually,
an
he is
additional
the
rank of
tankiest.
surgeon. I didn't realize I had surgeon too. My bad, buddy.
Oh, good. Oh, you're saying there's an extra.
Extra heal.
Okay.
One extra wound. That's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a good job that Vuz is the tankiest one, isn't it? Since he got literally
Exploded on.
You fell from a height and exploded and shot.
From this one situation.
All in one situation, yeah.
And the best part is after this, he's going to be like this terrible, battle-hardened little dog. He's like, I've seen some shit.
Dog. Remember, he's more of an otter than a dog.
I'm the dog.
Yeah. Klatooinian friend is the little pug. Okay, well, I have to head off, guys.
All right.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.
All right.
And good night.
Good night, everyone.